Hello, welcome back to SARS Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody that is tuned in nice and early, and big ups to everybody that is watching on the replay. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell notification so you're notified every time we post a video or every time we go live. Big ups to everybody that is in the building right now. Here we are for the Rivals preview, the big one. Yeah, this is officially the biggest game in England. Yeah, this is officially the biggest game in recent times, at least you could say it is the biggest game. Yeah, Manchester United versus Arsenal. This game is always filled with all types of drama. Everything is popping off. You know what I mean? And we're here to talk about it. We're here to preview it. As you can see, the United panel that I have with me today, we have Sunshine and Staffy from Staffy TV. We have them here. There, you can see they're excited to get into, sink their teeth into this game and really, talk about the tactical analysis of how Ten Hag is going to tackle this tough opponent. And then me and Ash are just here because it's me and Ash. You know what I mean? Always here for the
We're just
rival.
having a good time.
Just having a good time. You know what I mean? Just gassed, relaxed, laid back, all of that good stuff. But listen, big ups to my panel. Big up to Sunshine and Staffy. How are you guys doing apart from football? Obviously, we'll put that to the side because I know that's a bit of a dark space right now.
Ladies first, I'm allowing you to go first before I cook this guy.
Well, first of all, Saad, thanks for having me on your channel for the first time. Really looking forward to being here. Not looking forward to talking about the game, but I think we can have a somewhat decent conversation. And as always, I'm glad to be here with Staffy, and we'll do our best to, rep United as best we can.
I love how everyone's happy to be here with Staffy when Staffy's not even happy to be here. How could you happy to be with me when I don't even want to be here? First of all, let me ask you something, Sam. Why would you lie to your audience? Is that the audience you're trying to build? You're trying to build an audience based on lies. Why would you tell them, oh, it's the biggest game? No, it's not the biggest game.
It is the biggest game. No,
it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Maybe this weekend, but
it's the biggest
game. Maybe the only game that could be the biggest game, regardless of how shit we are, is when it's against Liverpool. It's not a big game, bro. You guys are gonna.
It's a big game. It's a big game for me, bro.
It's a big game for you because you're trying to win a league title. It's maybe a big social media game. About that, other than that, it's not a big game, bro. And I'm not happy to be here. Don't tell people that I'm happy to be here and you're happy to have me. No, you're just here. You're trying to bully us. There's nothing really to talk about. Like, we're just doing a preview because the people would appreciate it. But if we're being logical, there's not much to really dissect over here. There's not much to unpack over here. I'm just doing it because you're my boy. Other than that, bro, I should have just put my phone on do not disturb. But you're the only preview I'm doing today. You know that. I'm not doing any other previews. Anyone who hit me up for a preview, sorry, I'm not here. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm somewhere.
In Oklahoma.
I just made up places. Yeah, I'm here. I'm there. That's what I said. But on a real though, big up for having me though. And big up to the chat and big up to everyone who's here. Make sure you guys smash a like and subscribe. And yeah, TJ, I've been a great guest so far. Yeah, TJ's not another one too. He was lucky to have me yesterday because someone else I should have said no to, but it's only because I like you guys. Unfortunately,
there you are. All right, listen, Staffy's going through it right now. Staffy's going through it. It's like
what is sad that my shoulder hurts too. Like my shoulder's been hurting me for 2 days. I slept wrong on it yesterday. Woke up and it's for 2 days. I've just been in pain. And what's more painful for me is United and the Knicks lost yesterday. There's nothing good going on right now, Sad. I'm sorry. Not on the football pitch or off the football pitch.
Why the first full game that I watch where the Knicks are playing, and I actually want them to win because I actually like the way that they play.
They'll go through.
The first game that I watch, they lose. And they started off hella like bookie, bro. Like they were just, I think they were 10 or more points down by or the Pacers.
To be fair, we do have injuries. So yesterday we had to use a few players that we don't usually bring off the bench. And yesterday we were trying new stuff. I'm not actually so mad at it. I wanted us to win, but the fact that we went into the last 2 minutes in the game with the injuries that we have just shows you like all right, we could still cope with that injuries. It was
Yeah.
disappointing
No,
to, but I still
man,
trust the next.
it's getting me. This whole thing is getting me back into the NBA, man. I can't lie. I've been watching a few games of different other teams. Obviously,
The other
my
game that you messaged me when it was on, and then you told me you fell asleep. That was a great game. I think it
yeah, I
was
know it
game
was.
one. That
Bro, I
game
watched.
was amazing.
Bro, I watched the highlights of it, and yeah, it was a great game, bro.
Listen,
Even game
NBA
two was a
games
great game,
you
bro.
want to watch towards the end. So like
Yeah,
the end of the third quarter into the fourth, that's when the game really picks up. It's all about
Mhm.
just staying close to each other, and then the last quarter plus, that's when the game
yeah.
gets interesting. You know,
That was even game two. Game two was crazy. That fourth quarter was crazy, bro. Man just started hitting free. What's his name? The Star Boy, bro. The one that you said Star
oh
Boy.
Brunson.
Yeah, hey, listen, he just started hitting frees, bro. I was like, bro, what's going on?
You know what I saw? The funniest video I saw today. Someone was, you know, those people who just interview in the streets and they just they're content creators, so they ask Matt questions. And this guy just asked this guy, and he was like, "Name your favorite 3 black people in the history of the U.S." And this guy goes, "Jalen Brunson, first one." Bro, you're not even wrong for that. I'm thinking he's gonna say like
He's got to the
MLK or
top of the
something.
list.
Just
Bro,
so
he just got to the
much.
top of the list, bro.
And you
He
know
just-
what is? It's an older guy too, so I'm thinking like he's gonna start naming people that like that are historic in Black history in the U.S. He just goes Jalen Brunson. I'm like, bro, well, that's not the wrong answer. I can't even be mad at you.
Nah, but big up, listen, big up to you guys, honestly, for coming. Ash, how you doing since yesterday? And obviously watching that diabolical game today, which was like soul destroying, and
I watched
I wanted
I watched
to
half of it, bro. Once Foden scored a
yeah,
second goal, I just switched to playing FIFA. At least I got more joy out of that.
thank you. You did
But
exactly
yeah,
what I
done.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, done. I'm not even gonna watch their game against Spurs, honestly, because it's like 11 p.m. for me here, and it's not really worth staying up late for it. So
11
I was
p.m.
like,
I wish I could watch a game at 11 p.m.
I know.
yeah.
wish.
No, I usually do, but like I don't want to watch a dead rubber game. Like I'm pretty sure.
Where do
it's
you
gonna
live,
be a
Ashraf?
dead rubber game. Dubai.
Oh, you live in Dubai.
Oh.
Back out of it.
So what time is the game
Come on,
tomorrow
come
for you?
Tomorrow is at 7:30
PM?
7:30. Yeah, 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the game timings are all amazing. Like they're really good. It's just that it's not worth watching certain games when it's that late.
I
And
gotta
it's gonna
watch
be an
that
annoying
game
result.
because content.
You're
and
doing
that.
a hate along.
But it's not even a hate along, bro. I've lost all belief that they can do anything because these guys are going toe to toe, having a dick measuring contest with Burnley, who got relegated today. How am I supposed to expect somebody who's sitting there and actually going toe to toe with Burnley to go to Manchester City, or for them to come to Manchester City, come to their home, and for them to get something against them, a draw or a freaking win? Bro, it's not happening, bro. Tottenham.
Jacob,
Hold on.
I'm happy you picked up on that because no one AO'd it. I'm sitting here. No one said anything yet, but yeah, bro, that was AO, bro. You said dick measuring contest. What's good
Sorry,
with you?
I went into my bad.
What is
Hey, yo,
good with you? Hey,
pause.
yo.
I went into a tangent there. I don't know what's Skullex. You know what happened yesterday, brother? My
yeah,
know
you
what
don't
I
want to
mean?
get timed out again, bro. Halas, leave it.
It's there, bro. It's
This
ready.
guy is gonna
It's
get
click
timed
away,
out
bro.
every single
Click
time.
away.
Haram corner, yeah.
Hey, these guys are fraud. That's a haram corner. Hey.
Diddy corner.
Diddy corner.
Hey,
Oh
nah,
God.
Welcome
Diddy
to Sad's
corner
Diddy
is
corner.
mad.
Hey, no.
Sad's Diddy corner.
What about no Diddy stuff, man? That guy is
Same, bro.
twisted
I'm
the
happy,
cap.
by the way, you changed the name to Sad's Football Corner. It just took you long.
Yes.
Yeah, when did
By
you
the
do
way,
that? It had to be this week.
I did it. No, I did it yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
But funny enough, the man who first said to me to do it is actually in this video right here, mate. In this stream, and it's
I
none
told
other
you
than
it's more
Staffy.
catchy.
Staffy was like,
Ask everyone
you gotta
here.
change your name, bro. You gotta change your name. The
I
football
said
corner
your name
doesn't
has to
hit
be
the
there, bro.
same." And
It has to
he
be
was
your
like,
name.
bro, because now I just start to get. I honestly just start to get subscribers because people are just searching for Sard, and then that comes up. So
There you go.
I
There you
mean,
go.
fair enough. You know
Well,
what? He was, bro.
should-
Listen, Staffy was spitting.
Listen to the guy who studied marketing. He might know something or two about marketing. You know.
There you are. There you are.
There you are. Yeah, I know
Listen.
you missed me saying that. It's been a while since I said that.
And then this one. Hey,
That's what's gonna happen
listen.
is tomorrow. Staffy, what's the score prediction? That's it.
Well, like,
That's gonna be my score prediction.
hey,
Uh,
but listen, I think we've diverted away from football enough. We
I don't think we
unfortunately do
have.
have to get onto it. There you
yeah,
are.
I enjoyed this convo more. We don't need to talk about the game. Let's talk about other stuff.
There's no game tomorrow. What are you talking about?
Listen, there's an NBA game on right now. You want to switch this to a watch along? We'll stick around. I don't mind. Yeah, I know Sunshine got nothing to
Dallas.
do. Yeah. Ashraf, I'm sure he wants to. We could just switch it to a watch. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need
You know what? I might have to put that on. Still,
He's thinking about it.
Yeah, it's a
the
good
side,
game.
on
It's a
the
good
side.
game.
I might have to put it on the side, bro, because I got it on
That's Jacob's team, by
BT
the way.
Sport, bro.
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is
Jacob
it?
can hold that. I want them to lose. Jacob can hold that, bro.
To be fair,
I
I
actually
do
played
like
with
the
the side
team,
as
but
well.
just because I don't like Jacob, so yeah, they could lose.
Yeah. It's spitting, bro. It's
Canadians.
spitting. It's spitting.
I like the team,
But,
I don't like Jacob.
listen, before we start and we talk, big up to Michael, who has become a member of the channel. Big up to you, my brother. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. Big up to you. And listen, I always appreciate anybody who does become a member, any super chats that are sent in, and to anybody who does donate. Listen, I appreciate you guys all. Make sure you are, if you don't want to donate or you don't want to do anything like that, just hit the like button. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. If you hit the like button, it might as well be a donation. Yeah, because it's helping me out hella. Now, we do need to get into the football, and we do need to speak about it. So I wanna go to the rivals first, and I want to get you guys to speak to us about how you're feeling, because I've seen a few of your tweets, and I've seen about the whole injury situation, but I want to get you guys' outlook on the whole injury situation, because you got some players that are coming back, but they could be doubts. And then you got players that are just missing. I don't know why.
I gotta turn off the
Staffy's
chat, bro,
laughing.
because what is Jacob doing, bro? Turn off the chat. Wallah. This guy's so unserious.
What do you say?
He said, "Speak up, or I'm timing you out again." To Martin.
La ilaha illallah. And there you are, Jacob.
He's so unserious, bro. It's hilarious. I'm
Listen,
turning off
Jacob is dangerous, bro. Dangerous. Jacob is dangerous if you give him a mod. And it's the thing is, I gave all of you guys, yes,
What about
the Ahwa crew,
Martin?
the Ahwa crew all got but the Ahwa crew all got like manager mods, so they can even like
Oh.
they can they can mute mods, bro.
Oh,
Shit
swear
like
down. Let
that,
me do
bro.
something.
There you are. You are such a fraud. I look at this guy. Wallahi. Oh, mate. Yeah, even T can do it. T's got the mod. He's got the manager mod.
Yeah.
But
Jacob, bro, instead of beefing with the chat, how about you ask your team to beef with like City, please, on Tuesday?
yeah, bro. Tell him
Game
to
out of-
try, bro. Tell him to try it, man. Wallahi. But anyway, I do need you guys to speak to me about the whole injury situation leading up to this game, because
Yeah.
from what I've gathered, Bruno is available, or could possibly be available. Same thing with Rashford. Lissandro Martinez is out. Luke Shaw has randomly picked up an injury somewhere or had another setback. I don't know when we're gonna. I don't think this guy's touching pitch ever again. He seems to be he's spending more time with the physio than he is actually with the ball. Do you know what I mean? Who else have we got?
Mason Mount.
Mount is out,
Mason
yeah.
Mount has picked up a random injury, so he's officially. I don't even know if he's played 10 games. Has he even amounted 10 games this
Played-
season? I mean, it's a mess right now. What's going on with the injuries over there, man? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Sunshine, please. Just, I don't.
Okay, so
I'm
in
trying to
terms of
limit
this
my
game-
talk
Staffy just
today.
doesn't. Staffy
Yeah, I
wants
just wanna limit my
his
talk
talk
today.
to.
Yeah.
This is what I think will happen, and then he wants to go. Okay, I'm gonna talk next time. Is it when we're doing the lineups that I
Bro,
want?
I'm just
and
trying to
then
be
the
a gentleman,
conflict?
bro. Ladies first, bro. My parents raised me well, you know. Ladies first.
Well, in terms of this match, I think also McTominay, I think, was in training again. I don't know if that means he's going to play at all. But I would say, to me, it's just a testament to kind of the way that the season's been going. I definitely do question what we do in training. I've questioned that the whole year, because I don't understand how all of our players are, it seems like they're mostly getting hurt in training outside of a couple things that have happened in matches, but a lot of it is in during the week. We find out, oh, somebody got hurt in training, and it's like, okay, what are we doing? So that to me is a little bit concerning. And for me, also, I don't know if you guys saw the Crystal Palace match that we just played, but if we have another back line of Casemiro with Evans, with your front three, that's where I think I have the most concern when it comes to this match, because I don't think we're going to hang if you have, especially if Trossard is starting with the way that he's been playing. I don't know if he's going to start Martinelli over Trossard. I don't think that he will. But if you have Havertz, Saka, and Trossard, right, with our back line, I am concerned. I'm just going to be really honest. I mean, Evans can only do so much. You saw the way Mateta just dusted him and Casemiro that last match.
Mad.
And so, yeah, it's concerning. It's embarrassing. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. The only thing that gives me some semblance of a hope is the fact that in the last 16 matches you've had at Old Trafford, you've only won one of them, and it was a closed door match in 2020. So to me, that's the only thing that I can hold on to. And with this team, I can't even really be confident in that record because Erik ten Hag doesn't have any positive records this year anyway. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling, to be honest. And that's my thoughts on the injuries. So especially with the back line. Our front line is trash. And Staffy can talk to you about that because, he loves Garnacho and all of that. So
there you are, Staffy. You've been brought to light, bro. You've been brought to the
She
to the
spoke
table,
facts
bro.
until that moment. She spoke facts until that moment. Why would she do that? Why would she do that? There's
I know
only
you
one
like
player.
to talk about Garnacho, so I just wanted to give you the floor.
No, I don't. I wish I could just stay quiet. I wish I could do. When Will Stewart sometimes has to do something, and he does that thing where he's on loop. He just sits like this. I wish I could do that and just walk away, but I actually have to speak. No, there's not a single player that I love in this team except for one, and we already know who that is. And he plays in the midfield. Other than that,
same.
Excuse me. Other than that, I mean, you were pretty much spot on there. Our back line, horrible. We have the most injuries in our back line anyways. But midfield, also horrible. Decimated with injuries all over the place. Front line, honestly, I wish there was more players injured from our front line. At least there would be an excuse that I don't get to watch them.
Ahmad could play too if somebody was injured.
We could get hit with a I don't know, like something crazy tomorrow, and none of our frontline players are going to be available. And Ahmad would be the only one available, and he's still not going to play him. Actually, Ahmad came on with 10 minutes left against Palace.
Yeah.
At 4-0. I'd spit in the manager's face, honestly. Nah, I'd spit in his face if he told me to come. Bro, wallahi.
Just to try to save something.
You think I'm joking, bro? I wouldn't.
I'm just imagining Ahmad, bro. You're coming out with 10 minutes to go.
Cristiano
Ronaldo
almost did something like that.
No, but Ronaldo, we were winning at least that day. Like we were actually winning. It was a very good game. 4-0 to bring on an attacker with 4-0 left. You know me, Sad. You know when I just I have no patience for anything. I'd spit in the manager's face. What are you doing here, bro? You don't even rate me, but you rate me to bring me on when we're down 4-0. What the hell am I gonna do with 10 minutes left? It's a joke at this point. But I'm gonna be honest, and this has been pissing off a lot of people, and I don't care. I feel like I live rent free in some people's heads, anyways. I will never give this manager. This has been a while since I did this, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Here's the thing, bro. I'll never give this manager the same energy I give Poch or Ange or any of these managers, because these managers, despite of injuries, have actually helped their teams improve this season and progress this season. Whereas you look at Ten Hag, bro, we don't even have. There's a myth that we have the most injuries in the league this season. We have the fourth most injuries. You know who has the most? Chelsea. Chelsea are at 50 something injuries, while we're at 35, 38. I forgot the number. So we have about 20 less injuries than them. We've missed a lot less games due to injuries than them. But the common thing is, no matter who has more injuries or less injuries than us, everyone has been able to play better football. This whole myth, all of a sudden, that we're not playing good football because Casemiro is in the back line. Well, hold on a second. Casemiro played his first game as a center back against Coventry. How long ago was that Coventry game? 3 weeks ago? Not even a month ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about a month or less. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say, let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's been a month. What happened before that month? Have we been playing good football before it? No. Have we played good football with any backline this season? Martinez, he's been injured the most, but he's played a few games. And even when he started this season, yes, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt too, because he had to do that surgery around his foot again. But we didn't play when he was good in the backline. We didn't play good when Varane was in the backline. He even benched him because he said he benched him for tactics. When he benched him for a whole month early in the season. We played with Evans, we played with Maguire, we played with Lindelof. Everyone in that backline played, and everyone looked bad. The whole backline has looked bad. When we had Reguilon, we still looked uncomfortable. When we had Shaw back from injury, we looked uncomfortable. There was a few glimpses where, like when we had Amrabat once in left back, he kind of looked decent. We played Lindelof a few times, didn't look good. It's been a common theme this whole season. Same thing as the midfield. What was our best midfield this season? If I ask Sunshine right now, tell me what was our best midfield combo this season, she wouldn't know. Because number one, we changed it a lot. Number two, we just never looked comfortable at all in the beginning of the season before Mount got injured. Because Mount got injured after 3-4 games. Those first 3-4 games, we didn't even look good. So that midfield of Bruno, what's his name, Mount and Casemiro never looked good. Mainu's probably been the only one that, regardless of how good or how bad we play, he kind of holds his own. But that's more on his personal quality. Collectively, we haven't been a good unit. Then you look at the front line. Obviously, the front line, there's been a lot of chopping and changing, but no one individually looked good. And I feel like usually as an attacker, you're the one it's the one position where it's like no matter how bad the team is, an attacker can always stand out. Because at the end of the day, if you get your GA somehow, you're gonna look good. It's harder to stand out in a back line or midfield when the whole system is bad. Biggest example is Cole Palmer. We've seen Cole Palmer ball out this season, even when they were playing bad. Actually, funny enough, now that they're actually playing better, he's starting to slow down a little bit. But that just shows you now he's slowing down because the team is doing what they're supposed to do. Nico Jackson is stepping up. The midfield is stepping up in Caicedo and them. Budrick is stepping up today with a goal. So it's actually showing you that you could stand out as an attacker sometimes, regardless of how bad the team is. We don't have anyone that could do anything out of nothing. Rashford has been bad all season, and he's just coming back from injury. Højlund can't create anything for himself. Everyone wants to make the excuse that, he's not getting chances created to him. Okay, but what is he doing outside of just trying to finish chances? How do you get yourself involved in the game? How did you develop your game? What is the manager doing to help him develop his game? Is his hold-up game improving? Is his link-up game improving? Is he getting involved more in the midfield? Is he getting more involved on the wings? Is he changing anything with his game? And he hasn't. So at the end of the day, when I look back at the season, and apologize, I rambled on for so long. Going into this game, there's just so much that you can look at this season and be like, this is why we're bad. It's not just injuries. Injuries is a part, but it's not just injuries. It's been individuals. It's been the quality of individuals, and it's been the management. Because if Chelsea are ahead of us and they've had more injuries, and the other team, by the way, that's had more injuries than ahead of us right now are Newcastle. Brentford not ahead of us. That's why I didn't count them. Funny enough, Liverpool had one less injury than this season. Could you look at the quality between United and Liverpool and say it's linear or it's close or it's parallel? It couldn't be further away from each other because they got themselves in a title race and picked up a trophy along the way when we didn't. And they were winning some games with kids. Obviously, they didn't win the league, but it came down to coaching. Actually, they lost the league because of coaching, in my opinion. But the fact that they got this far as well was because of coaching. Because they've had a lot of scrubs this season that we make fun of. Szoboszlai and them, Gakpo and Gravenberch, and they didn't have a good season, but the manager still managed to get something, So this whole thing of like people just trying to like save Ten Hag and not blame Ten Hag and say, oh, Staffy has a Ten Hag agenda. That's sad what I used to say about Ten Hag last season. Ask anyone who knew me from last season what I used to say about Ten Hag, and you'll understand. Because I was never a Ten Hag hater. If anything, people last season accused me of being delusional with Ten Hag. They said I twerked for him too much. For me to turn on him this season like that just shows you how bad he's been, But that's the situation where we're going in this game with Sad. We're not a good team. There's no way I'm looking at this team and I'm like, we're a threat. There's anything we can get out of this game. There's any way we can hurt you guys. And every metric going into tomorrow's game, you guys are superior. The only thing that we can probably have over you guys tomorrow is the home crowd advantage. Other than that, I don't have nothing. I have no football reasons to list to you today that why we should have any confidence going into tomorrow.
No, 100%.
Just going off of what he said, just quickly, that's the most frustrating thing about dealing with fans and our fan base is how those who support the manager are using these injuries. Like every time an injury gets announced, they're using that as an excuse to keep the manager for next year. And that's the most frustrating thing about it, is because I feel like they're not seeing the bigger picture of it's not just the injuries. If you look at this season as a whole, he has made so many mistakes throughout the year that the injuries, that you can't even look at those at this point. And so I just wanted to back Staffy up on that, because that's the most frustrating thing when you're talking to somebody who supports a manager, is that they always bring that up and they won't see anything else outside of the injury.
So,
Yeah.
by the way, Side, our XG conceded this season, we're ranked 5th. So we're the 5th worst team in XG conceded. Our XG conceded, basically the expected goals for us to concede was 65, and we conceded 55.
And
Imagine that.
wasn't your shots conceded, wasn't that the lowest in the league, below like Sheffield?
Shots
and all them,
faced
man?
is
Highest.
19th, I think. No, it's second highest. It's like last time I checked, it was like 17 point
Yes.
something, and it was like 0.2, I think, behind Sheffield.
That's crazy.
We do have this is what I'm trying to say. We do have some relegation. We were sitting in 6th. I kept saying that we had more match winners, and that's why we were where we were. Yesterday on Saeed's channel, we were doing this thing where I don't know why we start looking at older games of the season. Like we start looking at older games. The amount of times I saw McTominay like last minute winners, and the amount of games where like Maguire header or Garnacho braid, and it's like all last minute winners. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, none of these wins that we're talking about right now, we thought was convincing. Like we didn't sit there. I recommend anyone to go back and watch that show that we did yesterday. It was like a quick 30 minutes where we talked about it. Not a single time we sat there, we're like, you know what? That game was convincing. We deserve to win. It was probably only the Palace game away when we played their B team, their C team. Speaking of Palace, they actually did the double on us this season. It's crazy,
That's
bro.
crazy.
It's crazy, wallah. Double on Palace, bro. Nah, bro, get me out of here, man.
That's nuts. You know what? I think you lot have spoken a lot of sense, a lot of facts. In Deji's words about the club that you support. But
Who's Deji? The Spurs fan?
yeah, Deji Spurs, bro. He loves saying that, bro. Trying to sound hella freaking. It's crazy. But listen, I think, to be honest, it's a mess, man. It's a mess, and people who are still supporting.
What do you guys think about this? Let me ask you that, if you don't mind.
Well, that's actually what I was going to go to. I was going to ask Ash what he thinks of Man United this season and what he thinks about Man United, obviously leading into this game, and I'll give you my 2 pence into the thing. But Ash, what's your thoughts, mate?
It's a lot of things that United fans have already mentioned. I think for me, up until Jan, I would say, maybe even Feb, I just found it funny. I always thought United were a lot better than Chelsea, and I thought that Chelsea have a lot more problems. Obviously now I've kind of changed my mind a bit, especially with the injury list and everything that both teams have had, and yet one team seems to be coping a bit better. Obviously, we don't know how the season is going to end, because if they both end on the same points, I would still say both are equally bad. Yeah, and look, it's been, I think, from the beginning. I was in Spaces before. I obviously don't go to Spaces anymore, but at the start of the season, I was arguing with United fans about this when some of them were backing Erik ten Hag, and I was saying, like, you have to understand that there are certain red flags when a manager who's been famous and known for that Ajax style of football and was, I'm assuming, hired because of that style, right? Because when you go and get Simeone, and I've mentioned this example a million times, if you go and get Simeone and you ask him, go play possession-based football, that's stupid. If he fails, then it's on you, the ownership, that got a manager and said, play this kind of style when that's not his style. If you get Guardiola and tell him, hey, I want you to play a counter-attacking football, that's our philosophy, right? Sit back and counter, then that's also obviously quite stupid. It's very contradictory to his style. So when you get someone like Ten Hag, based on what you've seen at Ajax, and then he comes here and says, oh, we're not going to play the Ajax way, right? And he ends up playing a way that's obviously not quite sustainable. It just tells you that there's a big problem there. I thought he was doing really well last year, honestly. I thought for his first season, the fact that he came in, took a team that finished 6th to finishing 3rd and winning a League Cup and reaching the FA Cup finals. And even the FA Cup finals, people thought they were going to get slapped by City, but that didn't happen. So I thought he was doing a very good job. I thought he's going to get his signings this summer and do well. The funny thing is, every signing he's got, like, I actually think most of them have flopped, if not everyone. Onana, horrendous. Eriksen, obviously, I know he was like a stopgap, but I don't think he's been that great. Malacia, I don't even remember the last time he's even played or done anything since he's joined. Obviously, Anthony, one of the biggest flops, and he's played with he was in his team. Obviously, in the past, I don't know if Casemiro and Amrabat were his signings, or if they were just
Amrabat
made
was.
As they are. Don't exempt
Yeah.
him for that. I saw someone
Yeah.
yesterday lie
Yeah,
say
then-
he was someone yesterday lied and he said he was about Amrabat saying he was a last minute signing or deadline day signing. No, shut the fuck
No
up. He chased
way.
him all summer.
Mhm.
all
Chased him
summer,
all summer. We got the
100%.
deal done last minute. That's the difference.
And I think that's listen, I've seen people go to jail for less. Yeah,
Yeah.
for the fact that he's ruined a good player like Amrabat, bro, and just ruined him, bro. Yeah,
Uh,
he's got blood on
And
his
for
hands.
me, right? Okay, Sad and I disagree on this, and I'm not gonna get into it because
Wait, let me
yesterday
ask
Yeah,
we
we're
you
not
had
gonna
something
get
before you
into
go.
it, but let me
actually,
let it
but
slide.
yeah.
Let it
Wait, let me
slide.
ask you two
I'll
sentences.
let it slide.
One second. Let me
I'll
ask you two something. Actually, while we're on Amrabat, real quick, let me ask you guys you two something. How many games do you think Amrabat started this season?
3,
Just take a
4.
guess. 3, 4. Okay.
I ain't seen him start. I think maybe two games, I'd say.
No, more. He started 6 games all season. Guess how many of them he started as a DM?
None.
I saw him start as
No,
a
no.
left
He
back.
played left back. He played left back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many
for a
games do
few
you think of
games.
the 6 he started as a DM?
2,
4.
4.
4.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, there
So
we go.
so
There you
so
are.
imagine judging someone who started 4 times in their position this season, and not 4 in a row, just 4 sporadically throughout the season. The
I
one
will
time
say
he
this,
started
Staffy.
next to Maino, which I thought that would be our best combo this season. We went away to Anfield and we got a 0-0 draw. That's when Bruno was out. But our defense was at least solid. We didn't concede a lot of shots that day. They were all shots blocked, but they were never shots that threatened us. That's the one time we pulled up with the midfield I wanted all season. But yeah, people
Yeah.
like to tell me you were wrong on Amrabat. How can I be wrong when I saw the midfield that I wanted once?
And look, for me, the funniest thing is the fact that if you look at some of the players they've been chasing, for starters, I swear I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but I think sometimes whether it's United fans or United as a club, when they chase certain players, they think this is United from 15 years ago and they're going to be the number one option for every single player they chase. But that's most of the time that's not the case. And it's also very contradictory to the style that they're doing, because they were chasing Kim Min-jae for most of the summer. Obviously, he then goes and joins Bayern, and then they don't go get another quality centre back. So where's your
But that was
second
on
option?
us then. That was on us though because we didn't prioritize him.
Yeah,
was
but that's
open
no.
negotiating, we
I'm not
didn't
talking
prioritize
about. Yeah. I'm not talking about Ten Hag. I'm talking about United as a club, because if you're chasing a centre back who's apparently of that kind of quality for so long and you don't get him, shouldn't you have a backup option? And then they did the exact same thing with Frankie De Jong last season. I know Erik Ten Hag, I think, came out saying he wanted to play Frankie De Jong and Casemiro. I fair enough, but you're chasing Frankie De Jong. Yeah, you're chasing Frankie De Jong all summer and you don't get him, and then you go get a completely different profile of midfielder. How does that make any sense? A couple of years ago, if you guys remember, I think Saad might remember this, Partey wasn't our first option. We were actually going for Hussam Aouar all summer. We had Partey as a backup. I think Arteta didn't want to get both because he wanted to play Partey as a CM and he was playing Chalk as the DM back then. Obviously, last season he fixed that mistake finally. When he didn't get Hussam Aouar in the end, that's when we went and got Partey. We had a backup. We also tried getting Lisandro Martinez, right? And the reason we wanted to get him is to play him as a left back, right? Because he's so good on the ball, he can go forward. When we didn't get him and he said he wants to go to United, we went and got Zinchenko. We had a backup. It's crazy that United chase a certain player, they don't get their first option, and then just go a completely different way. How does that make any sense? You need to have a list of 3-4 players in each position that you're chasing, because you're most likely not going to get your number one option if another big club comes into the picture.
You're asking too much.
But you're United, though. Like, it should be expected.
No, it's Ten Hag. Well, that's why I'm holding him accountable because
he wanted control of all of that.
Yeah, he made the calls for all these signings. He's lying, by the way, when he says he wanted De Jong and Casemiro, because we signed Casemiro after we chased De Jong all season and he rejected us.
Yeah.
And then we signed Casemiro last minute.
Yep.
So he's lying when he says that. I think he came out in a report earlier in the season. I think it was Mike Keegan or someone who came out and had this. Bro, what's going on with the chat, bro? Why does someone have my
Bro, I don't. Wallahi, it's Vel. This guy is weird. I don't know what he's doing, bro.
It's been a
I don't
while
know.
since I saw
Like
this
from
dumb
Hassan's
shit.
channel?
Vel.
Yeah, that Vel. Yeah,
Oh,
he's just
anyway.
creating random accounts. I've seen Ange, I've seen Jamie Carragher, I've seen Staffy's Staffy's biggest fan now, and all sorts. I don't know what's going on, bro. Wallahi.
Anyway, yeah, it's a circus going on right now. Anyways, let's just pretend that's, by the way, that's correct. He wanted Casemiro and De Jong. some of the defeats we had this season. You're telling me you needed Frankie De Jong and Casemiro pivot to play decent football against Alexa Coventry and what's the other team? Newport
Copenhagen.
and Copenhagen. To be fair, we played decent against them, but it was the players. But some other teams where I'm looking at them, like I don't need them to play Sheffield. Like why am I not controlling the ball against Sheffield?
Everton,
Why is Burnley bopping me off the pitch? Like you're telling me their individuals are
Bournemouth.
better. That's why when we lost to Palace, people were like, to be fair, there's some individuals in the Palace team that would walk into the United team. Okay, but that's not how football works, does it? Because we lost 13 games this season so far. So you're telling me all 13 teams that we lost to, they all have 11 better individuals than us. That's not true. Because who would you take from Burnley? I wouldn't take anyone from Burnley in my team. You know?
Nah.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, yes, Olise is good. Eze is good. Their midfield is good. The back line is good. But how about the other defeats? You know, Coventry. Coventry took us all the way to penalties. Does that mean that Coventry's 11 is equal as ours? No, it's not. You know, but that's the reality that people don't want to wake up to. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I actually don't feel bad for the United fans. The people who think I have Arsenal agendas or Chelsea agendas or any agendas, just see my agenda with my team and my fan base. There's a reason why my banner on my Twitter says it has the Pogba quote saying, "United fans know little about football." I really do mean it when I say that, bro, because some of the stuff that my fan base says is just laughable. I had someone yesterday harassing me in the terrace comments saying this guy's football knowledge is based on FIFA or whatever. He has 180 subs. I'm almost on 5K. If you know more football than me, why are you on 180 subs? Oh yeah, because you want to twerk for 10 hours. So it don't really mean that you know more football than me. There's a reason why we regressed. And Sad will tell you this because Sad worked with me the longest. I raised my first red flag with Ten Hag when we went into links with Mount. And a lot of people in from the terrace, the United fans with the terrace will tell you that. Neeks was the first one to respond to it. I said, if we sign Mount, I'm going to start being Ten Hag out. And he was like, do you mean this or are you joking? I said, nah, I mean this. Because Ashraf, you said it perfectly. Why would you chase a profile of Frankie De Jong all summer, and then the summer after, you go ahead and get a Mount? You're telling me Frankie De Jong and Mount are the same thing. Like, it's okay to not get your first option. It happens. We don't get our first options. Even Pep doesn't get his first options sometimes. We took Sanchez from him a few years ago. We took Maguire. He wanted to get Maguire, and we took him from him. And look at us now. And look at Maguire now. Imagine Maguire's career if he ended up going to City. Who knows what would have happened? Maybe he would have ended up being a decent player. But all these managers find ways to, he wanted Rice and didn't get Rice. And look at him now. That's a good point, Martin. But you look at him now, people go for similar profiles. They have a plan and they execute it. The minute this guy said he's never going to play Ajax football, I just knew this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Because on the interview that he had a couple weeks ago with Gary Neville, he said, I can't play Ajax football because of the players. Well, hold on a minute. You signed Onana from Ajax. You signed Anthony from Ajax. You signed Martinez from Ajax. You signed Eriksson, who played from Ajax, and you said you signed him because he understands that style of football. You signed Malacia, who you wanted during your time at Ajax. You signed Mount, who you saw when he was playing in the Eredivisie when he was younger for Vitesse, and you wanted to sign him for Ajax. You signed all these players that you wanted at Ajax or played for you in Ajax. We overpaid by triple to get Anthony, and the guy has less GA than Gavardio. This is a joke. A center back has more GA than your ringer, and people still want to make excuses for that. Nah, bro, it's not acceptable, bro. And this is why, listen, bro. I know we're not even doing predictions yet, but I'm just gonna say it from now early on. I actually think Arsenal are gonna smash us, and if they do smash us, I'm not losing sleep over it. I've been checked out. I just need the other people to endure some pain because these Ten Hag inners need to endure some pain to look. They really do, bro. They really do. You know when a dad tries to tell his kid, like, okay, like, watch out, don't do this. You know, like, oh, don't stand on the table. So if you fall, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna fall, you bust your head. And the kid doesn't want to listen. Eventually, you gotta wait for that kid to fall off the table, bust his head, start crying, and now he's gonna learn not to do that again.
See?
I need that from the Ten Hag inners. Because I know, Sad, you mentioned it earlier, the rivalry. I know it's gonna hurt them. I know it's gonna hurt them for Arteta and Arsenal to come to Old Trafford and whoop them. If they get whooped, it's gonna hurt them, bro. And
Crystal Palace hurt them.
Not Arsenal. It's gonna hurt them more. Sad will tell you because he lives there. He knows the rivalry, especially the United fans that live in London. They won't want to show face at work the next day. I don't have to deal with that. There's no one that I know in person that's an Arsenal fan, so I don't have to deal with anyone. I'll just mute my phone. No one can reach me. Good luck finding me. But I need them, bro. I need them to feel that pain so they can know not to accept this anymore because they lowered the standards too much that I can't accept it anymore.
I
Yeah,
wanted to
no,
ask you guys. Yeah, sorry. So go
yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
go ahead, Ash. No, go ahead,
No, I
go ahead.
wanted to ask you guys this a couple because look, just playing devil's advocate. I definitely think Eric Ten Hag is a problem and he needs to go 100%. But do you guys not feel it? Obviously, like I know Ineos is taken over now, and obviously with Omar Barada, and I think you're getting Dan Ashworth, if I'm not wrong. Like that should change things. But do you guys feel like that will change the problems that have happened over the last few years? Because think about this, like all these technical players you guys have been getting, whether it's Depay or Pogba or Mkhitaryan and Alexis Sanchez, everyone has like gone to dumps after they've joined. And last season, I said it and I still agree with it. Like I think he had a very good season, Eric Ten Hag, and the team had a very good season. Why was there such a massive drop-off? Do you guys not worry that the next manager you get will still go through the exact same issues as long as that system is still there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great point, and I do. It just depends on if the manager's there. But the reason why I'm a little bit more positive going into next year is because of who is in the front office, and I feel like they have a more football-oriented mindset than what we've had previously. Again, I'm waiting for them to trust me, right? I'm waiting for them to trust them and like prove themselves to me with their actions. But I really do feel like Omar Barada knows what he's doing, and so if I can see those changes in the summer, which I think we will get, then I can trust that it may not look great next year, but there should be improvement 100%, whether that's in new players coming in or hopefully a new manager. But I don't think next year will be worse. I would be shocked if it is. If it is, then, that would be concerning to me, but I don't think with who we have in the front office, it shouldn't get worse in my opinion, but that's just me. So
By the way, it can get worse, Ash. Don't be kind. Don't
Nah,
be kind.
how?
Stop trying to be nice.
No, because if they sack the manager,
they can get
at the very
real bad. They can
But
be
Sad,
12th, 13th, 14th.
let me tell you why that
about
won't happen.
the
Because if they
lowest
sack the
place.
manager, I'll tell you why that won't happen. I don't think they'll challenge or they'll even finish top 4 next season. But if they sack the manager and with the new ownership, or not ownership, but the new management at the top, they will at the very least, have a new manager bounce, right? Even if it only lasts for 5, 6, 7 months, it'll still put them in a place where they're better off than this season. Now, whether they put in the correct system to make sure it's sustainable, like how we did with Arteta, like no matter what people want to banter about, like whatever system him and Edu and Josh Kroenke did 4 years ago clearly has paid off in the sense that we have progressed. If they do a system like that and they continue, fair enough. But even if it doesn't work, at the very least, they'll have a new manager bounce 100%.
I mean, this year, if we finish right now at 8th, that's the worst finish we've had in Premier League history for our club. So, I mean, it's not looking great, and I don't know. I just feel like you said with the bounce, I think that would definitely help. But I don't know if you guys have seen, our football is very bad. It's very bad. I mean, we can't even string three to four passes consecutively to one another. It is so poor. I mean, I'm looking at Burnley sometimes playing better football than us when we're playing against them. And so if we can just improve that, if we can just improve our football, we're going to be fine. So that's why I don't think it could be worse. I mean, obviously there is an opportunity for it to happen, and we'll just have to ride that out as well. But it is very bad. This football has been so bad this year.
The thing is, for me, I look at Man United at the moment, and obviously, listen, I'm drinking tears, so I'm all good as a fan looking at it, yeah. But if I take my Arsenal hat, by the way, big up Schick in the building, big up my brother, respect to you.
Well, I didn't know Stad was the only one on the panel. Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah, hold that. Actually, before I get into my whole thing, big up to Aaron who says, big up Staffy and Sunshine, hate your club, love your
Big
content.
up, Aaron.
Yeah, big up.
I think they can't stand their own club right now. So
yeah, I think they hate their club right now, bro. It's crazy. They're forced out of habit to watch their team right now, and out of love for what they used to be. That's what they can look at. I can't lie. I saw one thing. Sunshine, I'm sorry, I'm about to dunk on you for a second.
This
I
is my
saw a tweet of her
wallpaper.
put the wallpaper. She was like, "That's gonna be my new wallpaper." Remembering the good times. Just watching Ronaldo, freaking Rudy, and Freaking Rio and all that, man. Just remembering the good times, man. Honestly, yeah, it's a bit mad. But listen, Aaron, big up to you for the super chat, my brother. Much respect to you, my brother. Big up. But just quickly on what I was saying about Manchester United, yeah. If I take my Arsenal hat off and I actually look at it from my point of view as a football lover, there's a few problems. I think footballing a reason the football that you play is one of the main issues. But I think the player personnel that you have in the team is a massive issue as well. I feel like some of these players aren't really bothered anymore. They don't even look like they want to fight for the badge anymore. There's not really fighting a lot of these players anymore. The thing is, for me, because I'm talking from experience, I've been here. Where you guys are, I've been there. Me and Ash have both been there. So we know
Yeah.
what it's like when your players transition from actually playing for the badge to playing for the paycheck. And that transition happens so quick that you sometimes you don't even realize it's happened until you're knee deep in it and you're like, bro, what's going on? How the hell did we get here? So I think it's not only the football that's the problem. I think the personnel is the problem. The board was a problem, but you've managed to sort that out. So at least you've tackled the main issue for years that's been at your club, which is the board. The board have been poisonous to the club for years and years and years. I think ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left, um, they've been just trying to get somebody in who could do the same job as him, which is handle everything, sort out everything, take all of the footballing responsibilities off of their back and off of their desk, and then you just take care of everything. We pay you. Do you know what I mean? You just become like a paycheck, and you tell us what do you want. You want this, you want that, you want that. Khalas, we'll give that to you, and then you do your thing. That's what they wanted. It's not how football works now. Now you have to get sporting directors, you have to get CEOs, you have to get this, you have to get that, you have to get personnel around. The hierarchy is very important in a club, and I think that's the steps that we took in changing that hierarchy. Cronky's getting full ownership, and then bringing in Edu. No matter, listen, Edu's had some bozo moments in it, but let's not go into that now. But they bought in Mikel Arteta. They bought in the what's his name? The lawyer. He used to be a lawyer.
Who?
Vinay Venkatesham.
No, not that guy, bro. Not that guy. What's the white guy's name, man? In the
Oh,
board.
yeah.
have
I
no idea what
forgot.
you're doing.
Yeah, they bought in this guy. He used to be
Yeah.
a lawyer, and
Starts with R.
he used to handle yeah, I forgot his name. Obviously they changed it to Vinay, who, to be honest, I wasn't 100%. I don't know if you guys have heard this Vinay guy. He got scammed
He's leaving.
by people. He's leaving, but he also got scammed by people. And they scammed him for millions. So it was crazy. But yeah, I don't know how comfortable I felt with the guy that got scammed handling and being the CEO of my football club, bro. It was worrying times. But listen, I think from there we managed to bring him in, and they actually did a very good job. They cleared out the deadwood. They cleared out the players that didn't want to be there, including our captain, who was Aubameyang at the time. They took him away for disciplinary reasons, and they actually brought in the players that they wanted as a collective, and I think that's what needs to happen at Manchester United. I think they need to go through a complete rebuild. I don't think it's just bring a manager in now and then all your problems will be solved. I think everything needs to be changed now, because there's the club is rotten. If you want to put it into word, it's rotten. And right now you need to dig out the roots, and then you need to plant new seeds, and then watch them seeds grow into something that you want to see at your football club. And I feel like that's hard to do, but you definitely can do it. Do you know what I mean? You definitely can do it.
But that's the thing, Saad. I think this is why it's very important that they have the right football director in place. Because if it was only down to Arteta, we wouldn't have got all these players. Because sometimes
Yeah.
managers want players that don't work for the club. And sometimes football directors actually know better in terms of recruitment. You look at Liverpool as the best example. Klopp wanted Godze and freaking Julian Brandt, and they ended up getting Mane and Salah because of Michael Edwards, right? And same for us. Edu has made some massive signings, right? And the good thing is for us is that Edu and Arteta seem to be in sync with most of the cases, but you cannot leave a manager making all the decisions by himself, where he says, I want this player and I want that player, because I think managers obviously know what they're doing on the pitch, but they might not be the best when it comes to recruitment. I think as a manager, you say, this is the kind of profile of player I want, right? And it's your football director's job to go and identify 3-4 players that fit that exact profile that he wants and let the manager have a say in it. But I think United have been missing that for years, not just for Erik ten Hag, but even before that, with whether it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Mourinho, whoever it was. Like I remember when Mourinho finished second in the league, and then they went and got like Fred or something like that in the summer. So clearly there's a lack of
Fred
proper...
and what was his name? The goalkeeper, Grant. One more player, I forgot.
Fucking hell!
So you need a proper director of football.
Yeah,
you need a proper director of football, 100%.
That's fucked. I'm about to say we bought Fred and Grant, bro, and
there was one more player. I can't remember who it was. Maybe someone in chat will remember. The fact that I don't remember says a lot, though.
Finishing second and getting that is crazy. But no, I see what you're talking about there, Ash, man. To be honest, it's been a mess for them for a long time, and it's gonna take a while for you guys to get out of it. Unfortunately for you, because you're gonna have to be you're now gonna have to go through what we were going through at first, which they might bring in a manager. The fact that they're taking long to sack him, at first I thought, you know what, everybody's angry right now because they want him sacked right now. But
it's not you.
First, I was like, you know what? No, but that's why I'm saying. At first, I was like, I can see why they haven't sacked him yet, because they're probably taking time to bring in the right person to take on this new project. But I think now it's taking way too long. And even if it was taking this long, the people that are coming in to replace Ten Hag are not even good. Like I'm hearing names like Gareth Southgate.
Yeah.
I'm hearing names like Thomas Tuchel and Graham Potter. I'm sorry. I know Thomas Tuchel just got his team to a semi-final of a Champions League, but in the league, he is dog shit. He's dog shit in the league. And right now, what Man United don't want to be is a cup team. They don't want to be winning a League Cup or maybe an FA Cup. You know what I mean? They want to be going further in the league and trying to challenge for league titles, bro. That's what Man United's about. So
I don't think they should sack him mid-season, though. I think mid-season sacking him doesn't make sense. Like, might as well identify someone and sack him after the season ends.
It's not
let him at least have that FA Cup.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, yeah, it's season end. Sorry, but like, I mean, like, let him have the FA Cup final. Obviously, they're not going to win it, but regardless, like, let him have that last chance since he got them there. Because no matter who, even if you sack him now, it doesn't do anything for the last 2-3 games. Like, I don't know. I just feel like let him see out the season and then just get a manager from the very beginning.
They probably know who their replacement is. The decision's probably already been made. I don't think there's anything. There's nothing that's going to happen the next 3 games that will make anyone change their decision, anyways. So the decision's probably been made. The fact is they're just not going to change it because some of them are not even official yet. Working with the club, most of them they start their job in June and in July. I think the only one right now that's actually active is Jason Wilcox, and he's more on the technical side of things. But in terms of firing and hiring a manager, I think we're gonna need to wait for Omar Barada to be official. I don't think he's official yet, but they probably
not till summer.
No, he's
not till
yet.
Because I remember seeing him a couple of times at Old Trafford.
He's there, but
he was at OT,
at
but I don't think he's official like.
I think he starts in role somewhere. I think if I'm correct, I think he starts in June, somewhere in June, maybe end of June. So he's not official. It doesn't mean that they're not working. It's just like they're not on the payroll yet until whenever. But as I said, the decision's probably there already. There's nothing that will change their decision, in my opinion. You can go ahead and win all the next 3 games and win the cup, and I still think if they made the decision to fire you, they'll fire you. The options out there are not that great, but are they better than him? Yeah, a lot of managers are better than him. And anyone who wants to waffle like Gary Neville and say, oh, keep him one more year because I don't like the managers out there. You don't need to like the managers out there, but there are
Right.
managers out there. There are
Right.
managers out there that could do a better job. There are managers out there
That
that
guy's
can
been
drill these
waffling.
players to play better. Yeah, he's been waffling for a minute, but there's a lot of managers out there who knew Ange Postecoglou last year. Did anyone know Ange going into this season? Did anyone think he would be the guy to improve Spurs this season? No, but he did,
Mm.
and he came in, lost his best player in Kane, and still got this team to play better football. And they finished this season. They're going to finish what, either fifth, maybe miraculously get fourth. But as of right now, they're going to finish fifth. Last season they finished eighth. They're already on more points, and they're back in European competitions and playing better football. Did anyone know
Yeah.
that was going to happen? No, but were they able to do it? Yeah. So other managers, other clubs cannot be out there and get better managers. Why can't my club do the same? You know, I think this is the simplest. All these people that say, "Oh, this is not the Fergie days anymore." I don't need to be in the Fergie days to demand a better manager and to demand basics of football.
Right.
Not even saying let's compete for the league next year. I've been on that for a while. You know, I was one of the few that said we weren't not going to compete this year.
Crazy.
I didn't expect it to
my
be this
God.
bad. You
Bro,
remember
you
that,
should have
Sad, right?
seen. You should have seen how Staffy was in this fucking in the terrace, bro. He was like, "Guys, I think we should calm down. I don't think we're gonna challenge for no league titles."
Think I
Everyone
told
was
them.
like,
Didn't
"Stop
sound
being
like
a hater. Stop being a hater." I
Stop being
remember that,
negative.
bro.
Look, he's doing shit for clips.
Bro, the
Alright.
United stand had Arsenal finishing 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th, and they had
Eight.
United
That's
finishing 2nd, 3rd, and
Stratford Paddock. That's not.
Stratford Paddock. Sorry, and one of them had, I think,
Yeah.
Adam McCullough had United finishing first. It's just, bro.
What?
Big up, by the way, big up to
He
the
put United
Stratford,
first.
big up to the Stratford Paddock and that Andy Carroll looking motherfucker, yeah, who fucking sits there and puts
Oh,
Arsenal
he
in
put
8th.
Arsenal 8th.
You,
Yeah, it's
bro,
mad.
you lack so many brain cells. I hope you're watching this. I hope you're watching this. You lack brain cells.
Those who said
Yeah.
4th, I understand, because I understand they might say, "Oh, last season was a fluke. They will regress a bit," but 8th was insane. Like, it's just crazy. I don't
It
know.
was agenda
It's mad.
based, bro.
Yeah.
It was
Can I
agenda
ask?
based.
It probably was. Yeah.
Can I ask you guys the Arsenal side of question, because I'm very curious as we go into this match, you know, because you're thinking about last year, obviously, right? That's always at the back of your mind, and you know you're going into Old Trafford, but this team is definitely different than last year. Obviously, I want to know how you guys are feeling, because we've talked about United a lot, but I want to know: are you feeling confident? Are you nervous? Do you think you could drop points? Because I mean, there is a lot at stake, you know, tomorrow for you guys. So I'm just curious about how you're feeling.
Do you want to go first, Ash?
I don't mind. Look, I said it yesterday in Sar's channel. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I think this is going to be like an absolute smashing. I genuinely think this will be the worst defeat we've ever given United. Like, just
Outside of
because
8?
of yeah, honestly, just because of everything. And I said this to Saad. Yeah, I think regardless of what happened today with City's game, we would have won. Regardless of who would have been available for United, I think we would have won. Just because I actually look at this team and say, finally, we're not approaching games with a certain like mental block and lack of character and lack of maturity. Yeah, I know we lost to Villa, and obviously that was bad, but I think that was a one bad game situation. It was just in a vacuum. It's not like, it doesn't describe our entire performance throughout the season. However, I did say yesterday that if City draw to Fulham or lose, I think that would have added a lot of pressure on us because the league is in our hands. And I feel our players would have approached the game a lot more nervous and a lot more conservative. We probably could have scraped a win then regardless, but I think they would have made the game would have made the game a lot tricky. Now that City obviously like not only won but smashed them, and let's be honest, they're most likely going to win the league because I think they'll beat Spurs as well in midweek. I think that this only silver lining I can take from that is our players will get into the game a lot more confident, just thinking, you know what, we'll just play our game. Obviously, we've had a week rest. We also have every single player available. I can't remember the last time we've had 2 or 3 weeks where we've not had a single injury, to the point where Timber, who everyone is raving about and we're waiting for him to come back, he's been available for like 3 weeks. He's played 2 games in the under-21s, and he's not even able to make it on the bench because of how good Tomiyasu and Ben White have been. And obviously like Kivior as well on the bench. So I genuinely think this is the first time I'm approaching a game at Old Trafford where I have zero nerves. Now, whether they start tomorrow at kickoff, I have no idea. But I genuinely believe, and I'm not even saying this for clips or anything, I genuinely believe we could smash United tomorrow. However, what I think will happen is if we are leading and we're winning like by 3 goals, I think just knowing Arsenal and what we've done in the past, we'll take our foot off the gas and just see out the game.
100%. I was about to say that the only reason you might not smash is because you'll take the foot off the gas at some point.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. I'm telling you, there's nothing disrespectful about what you said. You will pull up tomorrow and you'll understand how easy it is to play against United. Because you guys played us very early in the season. Actually, we weren't that bad early in the season. We still
Yeah, you
had
were
some
good.
type of shape. No, we weren't good, but we weren't this bad.
No,
Right
against us
now,
you were good. Against us you were.
we
Yeah.
defended well against you, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
right now you'll see that we don't even know how to defend anymore. And when we have the ball, we actually, you know what's the smartest thing Arteta could do tomorrow? Just give us the
Cut
ball.
back.
No. I'm saying like strategy wise, just give us the ball.
Mm.
Just give us the
I
ball.
can't like spin.
No, I'm not even joking, bro. Just you know what you did against Liverpool, where you just didn't press them right away. You just gave them time. Wallahi, don't
Yeah.
even press us, because this way you're gonna save your players are gonna save energy from pressing us and running a lot, and we're gonna give you the ball anyways. Like you don't have to press us. Trust me. Just position yourself. Arteta tomorrow has to position himself in a mid block. You know, just the same thing you did versus Liverpool and the Emirates, and just give us the ball. Let's see if you guys can build up. You don't have to chase us. Give us 10 seconds. The ball's gonna be with you, because we're either gonna go for a stupid long ball to Hoyland that Hoyland's not gonna control, or we're just gonna try to do some dumb shit. And you guys see Dallo try to invert into the midfield on his own, and then he starts getting pressed in the middle of the park and losing the ball. We have no building structure. There's nothing to do. Like I feel like Arteta's sitting there with stuff that they're trying to study the videos, and they're looking at it. They're like, "There's no consistency."
What do we learn?
Like, what did we learn here? Like,
What do we attack?
No, that's such a good point, because when
No.
you prepare for matches, you're watching film and you're trying to figure out what you're
Yeah.
trying to do. And if you're watching United, I genuinely wouldn't know what you would say.
What are
Well,
the
they might do
trends?
this, or they might do this, or
What are the trends?
know the-
What trends did we pick up from the way that they play? The only thing I could tell you that Dallo likes to invert in the midfield as we build from the back. That's it. But then that's if he even gets the ball, because most of the time we just go long, and you don't
yeah,
understand
Bruno
why
will
we go
grenade
long.
launch. So
And
No,
here's
I'm
the thing,
talking about
Staffy,
from the goal kick. So it's like,
people are referencing like these games, like people are saying, "Oh, but look what they did against Liverpool and all that stuff." Bro, honestly, that Liverpool thing again, like I know, like obviously United got a good result when they drew at Old Trafford, but for me that was more Liverpool being incredibly inefficient in front of goal, because at that first half I think they should have
That's
been
true.
4 goals up. And
okay,
I
let me ask you
understand
something,
people.
Ashraf. Let me ask you something. Since that Liverpool win, okay, how many times did we replicate that win?
You didn't even win that
No.
game.
It was a
You're
draw.
talking about the
but-
draw or the cup game?
The draw, not
Okay, okay.
not the draw. Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Since that, anyways, we only won one game, and it was against
Yeah.
Sheffield.
Wow.
So we
Wow.
haven't
It's been
even won.
bad.
So that's what I'm saying. When I'm trying to ask you, what did we replicate? Because there's nothing to replicate.
Nothing.
We
Yeah.
approach every game differently. Every game,
Mhm.
the scenario is different. It's based on how good the opponent is on the day, and it depends on how shit we are on the day. There's nothing that. This is why every time we won this season, and Sad will remember this, I've never celebrated a win and said, "Yeah, that will push us on to next game." Never said that once this season. There's a
There's
reason
nothing
why I haven't said
sustainable.
that. There's nothing sustainable. Even when we put a couple wins together, they were all different. One time it's a header, one time it's a penalty, one time it's because the
Mhm.
opposition missed their chances. It's never the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Going into the next game, bro, wallahi, you don't have to worry about it. It's literally gonna be schoolboy football. You don't have to worry about it. It's gonna be
You
men
know,
against
can I,
boys.
So I want to ask you guys
can I
this,
just
because
tell you?
Sad
Can I just
argued.
tell you? There
Go
you
ahead,
are.
go ahead, Sad.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
go ahead,
because you
you're,
argued
you're
about
calling
this
me out.
yesterday.
So,
No,
so
not
go
you,
ahead.
not you. In fact, not just you. Every Arsenal yesterday, the entire panel were arguing about this, and I was telling them, for me personally, Rashford has been absolutely trashed this season. Like I said that if I have to worry about any player, it would be Bruno Fernandes,
Nah,
because
he gets a
when
goal.
he gets the ball, exactly that's the argument. When Bruno Fernandes gets the ball, sometimes he does things with it and he creates chances. The whole panel was arguing with me yesterday about, but Rashford always gets his goal. He did it against Liverpool. He did it against Arsenal. He did it against City. And I'm telling him, guys, this season, the guy sometimes walks and people literally walk past him on the ball and he just stands there. And yes, he's got some amazing goals. Like every goal he scored against us and against City, I think he scored against Liverpool as well. These are good goals. But generally, because he has that moment in him, we're not saying he's a crap player. He has that moment to get that ball and take a nice shot. But honestly, these are like flukish moments. In those same games, if you watch his 90 minutes, he actually had a very poor 90 minutes,
Yep.
but somehow that goal makes people think he had a good game. So I said, I don't think Rashford will be any threat to us tomorrow, especially with
might
the way
even
we're playing.
play.
I
Right
don't.
now.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's gonna start, or
Yeah,
we'll see.
Oh,
I guess,
isn't he?
but-
Oh, okay. If he doesn't start,
because
that's
he's
a
been
different
out
thing.
injured, bro. I actually don't know who's gonna play tomorrow, so that's easy for you. I'm telling you, bro. There's nothing to worry about. I said this on Saeed's stream yesterday. He's going to the game. I said, Saeed,
Anthony
7,
hat-trick,
8
Anthony
o'clock.
hat-trick.
I told him 7 or 8 o'clock. I know you're gonna hit me up for an SOS stream. Don't worry about it. I'm free. Start laughing. I was like, I
I
know
said
you
I'm
will.
free.
I told him, I was like, I'm letting you know from now. I'm free.
I'm free,
I
bro.
I already know, bro, because I know he's gonna do that. I told him I was like, Said is one of those who finishes the 90 minutes anyways. He's really like a true fan when it comes to that. No matter how bad it is, he sat through the 5-0 with Liverpool. That just that just showed me a lot about who he is.
Damn.
So I was like, if you were one of these fans that leaves early, I told him I was like, it's gonna be a scenario where remember against Liverpool when the fans left at 65 minutes, it's gonna be the same thing, bro. If you guys don't finish the game in 60 minutes, that's shame on you. That
It
game will
is.
be done within the first hour. By the first hour, this game will be done and dusted.
Inshallah.
Anything that
Yeah, if you
happens in the
guys-
last 30 minutes, it just depends on the changes. It depends on who gets tired. It
If
depends
we
on how much
concede as
you
well,
have
that's
your
a
fun.
problem.
It's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, it happens because at the end of the day, you are coming to Old Trafford, so we
Yeah,
could come up with a
that I
moment
don't.
here and there. Like you got to understand the atmosphere itself. It's not really
Mhm.
controllable by the football.
Mm.
But in terms of football, bro, I am telling you right now, Sad, you'll be doing a match review on your channel, and you guys are gonna be talking about how this is one of your easiest games this season. I can't believe how easy this game was because there's nerves when you go to Old Trafford, but the fans have more cojones than the players. The fans
Mhm.
will turn up more than the players.
Yep.
The fans will probably be electric for the first 10, 15 minutes. But if you shut us up early, bro, it's gonna be easy. If you can see if we can see it in the first 10, 15
It's
minutes,
over.
I wouldn't even say I'm worried because I can't be worried. I couldn't be bothered with this team. But if I was still emotionally invested, I would be worried because it could be a cricket score. And you'll see, bro, it's going to be one of the easiest games. You'll dominate us in every part of the game midfield, backline, front line. You're going to pass the ball around us. You're going to win the ball. As soon as we win it from you guys, it's not going to take 10, 15 seconds until you guys win it back. And we'll be controlling the game. You'll be creating chances. You're going to get a minimum of 17 shots because that's how much shots we allow against us this season. 17, and that's an
17
average.
is
And
mad.
you're not an average team, so I expect you to have more than
Mhm.
17. It's gonna come
Good.
down to how many chances you take. That's really up to you, bro.
Yeah.
Liverpool had 14 shots and didn't score until we scored one, and we scored it from
Mm.
the halfway line. So that was a freakish goal. So it's gonna come down to you. Who has their shooting boots on tomorrow? Saka, Odegaard, Havertz.
Trossard.
It's up to you guys.
Trossard.
Trossard.
Or
Trossard.
Havertz. I
really
could see
hope-
Havertz doing a madness just for the
I
banter.
really hope that Saka's got it. Listen, for Saka, firstly, I just wanted to answer the question, obviously, that Sunshine asked, which was how we're feeling. Obviously, Ash feels confident. I also feel confident. I think this is the most confident I've ever felt going into the Manchester United away game. Yeah, listen, I think this game for me, especially, I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. Just because I like to project my pain and my PTSD and just put it all out there for people to just see. So this game is personal to me on another level, bro, because my first live game ever was I went to Old Trafford. I watched that 8-2. I watched us get slapped about and sent home. And listen, my dad taught me to be a real fan. So we had to stay until the end. We had to stay until the end. I had to watch it right until the end. The final whistle blew, and he got up and we said, "Let's go, let's go out of here, let's get out of here." And I can't lie, this is absolutely important. It is absolutely the most important thing is that we go out there and we smack these guys because this is probably the weakest, most fragile, most disorganized Man United team you will ever come across, ever. Not only are they missing maybe 3/4 of their freaking back line, and they're moving midfielders into their back line on some Liverpool type vibe with Henderson and Fabinho at the back, but then they're also playing injured players. Their manager has no clue. The attacks just like playing tic-tac-toe with each other, and they're not even trying to pass the ball around and actually put it in the back of the net. And the midfield, it's like, who am I going to
Wide
pick
open.
this day?
Wide open.
Right, it's wide open, and they don't even know if they're going to be playing the next game. They're like, okay, maybe I might play this game. I might be on the bench. I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever the manager does, it's like I said this before an hour. It's like he has a roulette wheel, yeah, and he picks what style of play he wants to play on each match. He does the roulette wheel. What's the show called?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. and it lands on possession-based football. Right, guys?
That's funny.
We're doing possession-based football today. That's what we're gonna be doing. So keep the ball, pass it around. Like, it's crazy, man. I swear. Listen, I think this is definitely a team that we can take advantage of, and I expect my team to go out there and do it. The way they dealt with Chelsea, who I even think are a bit more organized than you, I expect them to go out there and do the exact same thing that they did to Chelsea, do it to Manchester United. Because, like, listen, I know there's a time where you say, don't jinx it, don't get too gassed, don't go overboard. I'm sorry. If we lose to this Man United, if we draw to this Man United, forget about losing. Losing is like the worst case scenario. That's like you sit all the players down and slap them in the face after the game. Drawing is unacceptable. Drawing is like, bro, they need to sit out. Like, you know how in League 1 and in the Serie A, bro, the ultras sit the fans down, but they say sit on the fucking floor and we're gonna talk to you, bro. And they get one guy out there with a freaking microphone talking through the stadium speakers. That's why I expect.
Imagine me with that mic.
Bro.
Imagine
Staffy in front of with Eric Ten Hag, you bored fuck, come here. Get
Bro,
your ass here, bro. Give him one slap.
He would get banned. He wouldn't be allowed to come back.
I
One slap on the head, bro.
wouldn't talk with him, bro. I'll let these do the talking, bro.
Yeah,
These will
well,
do it.
bro, Staffy, you got him, bro. Just a super.
Telling you, bro, listen.
Quick one.
The
But-
game in LA, bro. Listen, if he's there, bro, wallahi, I'd be worried about him. Hire him security, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you heard it here first, man. But I listen. That's just pretty much my outlook on the game. I think we need to go out there. We need to kill these guys, and
You have to.
I think
mean,
we it's a must, bro. If we even if we win this game by a 1-goal margin, I'm not gonna be happy. The only way I would have accepted us winning it by a 1-goal margin is if Fulham beat.
If we
Man
get a
City.
red card.
No, if Fulham, forget about a red card. If Fulham beat Man City, then
Mhm.
that puts the pressure up massively. That's
Yeah.
a must-win game. So the like I think Ash said this yesterday. The players are naturally going to be a bit more cautious. They're gonna watch their step. They're not going to go too forward, and they're not going to be too adventurous with the way that they play. But they're gonna play safe, conserved, and they're just gonna get 1 or 2 goals possibly, and then they'll sit back and they might concede 1 goal. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? If they can do that. But other than that, I think we absolutely need to kill you guys. I honestly do, man. And yeah, listen, fans like you guys who want the manager out, yeah, and then you got other fans who want to give the manager more time. I really don't understand. I said this on the football terrace, man. I don't like. Are they brain dead? Like, and I'm not even trying to be. Actually, that's a bit disrespectful. But
no, it's not
like,
because
do
I
they-
asked the same question.
But do they?
I haven't been a fan
football?
long, and I don't see how they don't see it. It's
No, but
obvious.
do they not watch football to say, okay, why? If from what I've seen from the manager, why on God's green earth would I want him to manage for another year to try and mess up the players even more, or God forbid, the players that we bring in the summer that are coming to a new project to mess them up even more? So
Because I don't agree with this, but I don't think it makes sense. I think this should get sacked. But I think their argument could be that if we all recognize that the ownership is the main issue and the board and the higher management is the reason why all this is happening with different managers, now that we finally got someone new at the top, a new football director, a new CEO, whatever it is, why not give this manager that won us a League Cup and
Okay,
finished
so
third last season
so
a
let me
chance at
counter
this?
this.
I don't agree with that. I'm just saying this is what
No,
they're
let me
saying.
counter this. No, I know what you mean, but let me counter this. When we finished third last year, how many people gave credit to the Glazers?
Yeah, none.
Right. So we all gave credit to the manager, and when it went bad, who did we blame? The ownership.
The manager. The
So-
ownership. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, this season, eventually we blamed the manager, but
Mhm.
to the people that you're talking about, they're blaming the structure. So how come it's the Glazers' fault when we're bad, but when we were doing well last season, no one talked about the Glazers?
Mhm.
See how it's hypocrisy. And this is why I don't
Mhm.
subscribe to this. At the end of the day, I'll always use the judgment. I always know that the structure's not been good. The Glazers haven't been good. But I've seen last season him achieving and doing well under the Glazers because he got things right. This season, when he regressed on the pitch, I called him out because I don't think the Glazers were calling him before Ineos came in and they told him who to play. They didn't tell him, hey, go sign Mount. He signed Mount. He wanted to play 2 advanced 8s with him and Bruno. And a lot of people, I don't have, do I have any qualifications to talk about football other than my just day-to-day opinion? No. I do my research, but I'm not a qualified professional. How can I sit here and say this midfield is unbalanced? And then he plays that structure, and then the midfield looks unbalanced all day. How did I go to a preseason game and go on the terrace? And this is what I keep reminding people of this. Always go back to the terrace, go watch what I said in July after the BVB game. That's everyone's homework. Go watch what I said after the BVB game. How can I sit here?
I was there. That was so bad.
I watched the Arsenal game, and then I watched that game. And Casemiro didn't play in the Arsenal game. Then Casemiro played in the BVB game. Guess which game we won?
You lost to Dortmund.
We won the Arsenal game. Who was my midfield that day? That midfield had Menu in it and not Casemiro. And I said there after the Dortmund game, and I said, get Casemiro out. And I said, this midfield won't work. How can an average person like me see that, but then the manager don't see it? And this is why when people get mad at me, this guy is so like self-centered. He always wants to say, I was right. Yeah, because you guys are the first ones to hunt me when I get something wrong. And you're the first ones to bash me when I give an opinion that he doesn't know what he's talking about. So why can I not collect receipts when you guys didn't even want to listen to me? No one ever says, you know what, he has a point. He gave me something to think about. Let me think about this one. But then it comes true, and I said that. Oh, he only cares about being right. He doesn't want the team to win. Really? So why did I say sell him before the transfer market closed? Because I wanted us to be better. How is it my fault that my prediction came right? How is it my fault that no one wanted to listen? But then when it happens, I'm like, see, I told you so. And I'm not the only one who says it, by the way. I'm just the only one here that's talking about it. There's so many people that share the same opinion as me, but they face the same backlash when we say stuff like that. But when it happens, it's all of a sudden we'd rather the team lose so we can be right. No, I want the team to win. I was talking with so much chest. Go check my short, bro. When I was sitting with the Arsenal fans, bro, when Sancho scored. And this lady told me to F off. They wanted to fight me, bro. You remember that fight that broke out in the stadium? I was close to that. They wanted to fight me. They just saw someone who's about 6'4". They're like, yeah, we're not going to touch him. That's the only reason, bro. No one did nothing to me. But I was sitting with the Arsenal fans talking shit. That's how much I back this team. But when we make the wrong signings and the midfield looks like shit, and an average person can say it, but the manager can't. So why am I not blaming the manager? How am I going to blame the Glazers? I can't blame the Glazers for that one. You put the tactics. You select the 11. You ask for that 11. And you use that 11 to the way that you want. When you chase Amrabat all season and you don't use him, why am I blaming the Glazers? They gave you what you wanted. You said, I wanted Amrabat. They gave you Amrabat. And you've been shit and you don't use him. When they told you Anthony's worth 25 million, you signed him for 80. Why? How can I not blame you for that? I can blame the Glazers for being idiots to believe you and spend that much money on it. But you still asked for him. That was your guy. You managed him before. It's not like your first time managing him. So I've had enough, man. I've had enough, bro. I've really had enough.
Yeah, I agree, and I think also one thing towards why they shouldn't keep him. And listen, I see where you're coming from, Ash, or what angle you're coming from about what happens if under a new structure he might change, but.
The structure doesn't give you the tactics.
I agree with Staffy, by the way. I'm just saying what the others would say. Yeah.
No. But from what they're saying, this is how I would rebuttal it. I'd say, okay, the structure is brilliant if all Ten Hag was doing was coaching the team. If Ten Hag was just coaching the team, I could say, okay, you know what? Let's see if he's given a structure and he's given a play style that they tell him to play. Let's see if he can do it. But the fact that this guy was given the ropes to do everything, or given the keys to take care of everything, and he's made it like this, teaches me that this guy, I can't even give him the responsibility of just handing it like a menial task, like just taking care of the players and making sure they're out there picking the team and making sure the team goes out there with the winning mentality and this and that. So many games where Manchester United have so many games where Manchester United in the first half actually looked all right. Second half, it comes out like the guys told them, bro, you lot are shit. you'll always be shit, and just drains them of all of the motivation that they had and all of the good feeling that they had from that first half. Well, the guy's clueless. Lacks brain cells himself.
That's great. That's all good points. And I think for me too, seeing the way that whether you like what Ronaldo did or not, seeing the way that the more experienced players are reacting and responding to him is very, very concerning to me too. I just don't like the way that he manages the locker room or the players. And I really like Varane. He's one of my top players. And to see Varane just kind of check out is scary to me, because he's very professional. Like I've never seen Varane not, step up and work hard and do all these things. But for him to just not even, I don't know if you guys saw this, but he was on a plane, like during the day we had a game the other day, like just on a plane. And I'm like, he's not even like, it's just so weird to me the way that some of these players have just kind of removed themselves from the club. And to me, that is where also it's concerning to me what's happened. So.
Yeah, no, 100%. Listen, I take. Sorry, guys, I was just pouring some water. Okay. Yeah. No, I fully understand, man, and I think I just literally look back to our situations, man. We were exactly the situation. Aubameyang just running riot, doing whatever he wanted, and do you know what I mean? Once they just lose. Once they just lose focus, it's just it happens so fast. Honestly, it happens so fast. But I think getting onto the game, and obviously the starting lineups and predictions. Finally, it's here. I love how Staffy said he didn't want to talk football, and then this has literally been him just putting out all his bad feelings about the club, bro.
I just repeat the same thing on every channel I go to, just to make sure that if no one listens to me on my channel, they'll listen to it on the other channel.
On another channel.
Yeah, because there's people that just watch Sad and they don't watch Staffy TV. Now they got a little bit of Staffy TV on Sad.
Exactly.
There
They got the Staffy TV.
Yeah.
What they would have heard if they went to Staffy TV. By the way, guys, in the description, yeah, I need you guys to go into the description. Sunshine, Staffy, and Ash, all of their channels are in the description right now. Go over there, click subscribe on all of their channels. It will still keep you here, but you can just click subscribe. Yeah, make sure to get that done, people. We got a super chat here from Nikhil. I think that's how you say it. I think it's Nikhil.
It's Nikhil.
It's Nikhil. It's
Yeah.
There's no okay, Nikhil. Big up Nikhil, who says there's some weird ass predictions for my fellow Gooners, like 4-0, 5-0. I don't see us winning at OT by more than 1 goal margin. Don't want to see any tactical tweaks from Mikel. Fingers crossed. Come on, you Gooners. Nah, 100%.
That's mad. 1 goal margin.
I don't want to see any tactical tweaks from Mikel Arteta. I agree with him on that one. But the whole 1 goal margin thing, I genuinely don't see us not winning by a 1 goal margin. I think this team is so fragile, bro. I genuinely think they're so fragile, bro. It's crazy.
Plus, honestly, Saad, let's also like give credit to Arsenal. Like, yes, United team is fragile, but we are also really that good. Obviously, it sucks that we're not going to win the league this season, most likely, and people are going to most likely remember this season as another failure. You didn't win anything. For me, but it has been a progressive season compared to last year. We've definitely progressed, not just in Europe, even in the Premier League. Like, if we win our next 2 games, I think we end the league with 89 points. That's 1 point less than we've ever done in Premier League history, and 1 point less than the Invincibles. Yeah, exactly. So it's more wins than we did in the Invincible season if we win our next 2 games. If we win just 1 game. So as bad as United are, and I definitely think that that's a huge reason why some Arsenal fans are predicting big scores. But I think even if United were, let's say, as good as they were last season, which was decent, we have to obviously, like, for me personally, I just feel I have to give credit to Arsenal because we have been that good defensively. Obviously, City have overtaken us now in terms of goals scored, but we're still one of the best attacks in the league. And from Jan onwards, we've been on a very, very good form. So I think that's another reason why a lot of people would predict Arsenal winning anyways. Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah, big up Nikhil for the super chat, my brother. I appreciate you very much.
Apologize for butchering his name.
Yeah, I apologize as well, actually. Yes, that was very rude of me. Listen, for me, Sometimes I try to add twang that's not meant to be twanged, bro. Sometimes I just try to add the Arab twang in there or the Darija twang in there.
Yeah, the
For
guy
no
clearly
reason,
is
bro.
Indian, and you're
For
saying
no
nihil. Like,
no reason.
when have you heard an
Listen,
Indian use the
I've
word
never seen
ka?
that
Like,
when it
seriously,
comes to
bro.
Indian. Yeah.
listen, man. Allow me, man. Allow me. You know what I mean?
Come on, Saad.
You know what I mean? I'm just here, man. I'm just here. But yeah, listen, I want to get into the lineups that we'd go with. Obviously this ain't predicted lineups. I don't like to do predicted lineups, and I think for this one, it's not fair for me to ask the Man United
I'll give
peeps
you one. Don't
for
worry about it.
predicted lineup.
No, I
Oh,
got
you
one.
give me a predicted lineup
Yeah,
because I don't even know if you can predict what he's gonna
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I can. I'll give you the
Go on
lineup.
then. You can start off. So it's predicted lineup, and then score prediction follows it for the game.
What's his name? Onana's in goal. The
Yeah.
center backs are gonna be. I think Evans is gonna play again. So Casemiro and Evans. There's actually no other option.
Mhm.
On the right, he's gonna put Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and book this now. Trossard is gonna eat. Trossard is gonna eat against him. Oh, because Trossard doesn't. He's not a touchline winger, and he thrives against touchline wingers. The minute he inverts to his right, it's peak. So if Trossard scores a brace tomorrow, actually don't be surprised. On the left is going to be Delo. He has done a decent job on Saka in the first game, so I think he actually might have a quiet game over there. Your threat might come from the other side a little bit more, as I explained. Midfield is going to be Mainu, McTominay, and Bruno. McTominay is going to play another 90 minutes, even though he just came back from injury. Don't worry about it. He did the same thing against Coventry. He played in 90 minutes against Coventry after injury. So if you don't think he'll play 90 minutes against Arsenal, you don't know Ten Hag as much as you think. And then the front line is going to be Højlund. On his right is going to be Anthony, and on his left is going to be Garnacho. And that's an easy 4-0 to Arsenal if they choose to take the chances.
Ross.
Question, Staffy, like, haven't you guys been playing Dalo on the right and Wan-Bissaka on the left in certain games, from what I've seen, or am I bugging?
It really depends on the day. There's so many times where we switch it. He's going to put Dalo on Saka because he knows he's had a good game against him in the first one.
He has a good game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if you look at the first game, he done that already. He
did.
He's not going to put Bissaka on Saka because Saka would kill him anyways.
I don't think he's going to start Rashford. I just saw a comment just because he's coming back from injury.
Yeah. Rashford's going to be on the bench. Bruno's probably going to play because his injury was with his broken arm anyways.
Hand,
Yeah. So it's not any muscular or anything. So he could play in under 90 minutes. McTominay, all McTominay has to do is be half fit and he'll play him. Don't worry about it. And that's going to be that's a lineup.
And 4-0, yeah.
Oh yeah, easy 4-0, bro. It might be 3 just because as Ashraf said, you guys might just take your foot off the gas. That's about it.
We do that plenty of times. Even against Luton, bro. We did the exact same thing, bro.
City's catching up with goal difference. I'm just saying, bro, that goal difference, the manager might start thinking about it. Yeah. So Arteta, I don't think he wants to take his foot off the gas. Because if it comes down to goal difference,
he better be there, bro. This is the game to take advantage of, and the last game, bro.
Yep.
We have to take advantage of it. Otherwise, if we don't, it could get sticky if they drop points, bro. It could get sticky. But Sunshine.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, my lineup, I literally wrote down the same thing, but the only thing is because I can't let it go. Like right next to Anthony's name, I put, please, Ahmad. It won't happen, but every game I'm just like, please just let him start because it does help. But he won't do it. So mine was exactly the same as what Staffy said. The only difference is my prediction. I have 3-1 for Arsenal. So that's mine. I feel like if anything, like with the City game, we'll get some crazy goal either first or after you guys score, but that's going to be it. That's the only way I could see us scoring is if it's first for us and it gets everyone all excited, but then nothing else will happen from that. So
Arsenal defend the transition a lot better than City, so we won't get a transition goal. I don't see how we score. Maybe a penalty, set piece.
Bruno,
not a set piece. That has to be the only way. Well, penalties is a set piece or a corner or
you
guys might go off of like 5 set pieces, but
if that rat scores against us, bro, they got blood on their hands, bro. They got blood.
He's the only one I'm worried about generally. I don't know why people. I don't know why people underrate him. He's a very good player in my opinion.
Don't.
He has
listen,
not been good this year.
We went an hour and a half without you pissing me off. Don't start. We've done well for an hour and a half.
Hey.
Glorified
I
grenade
rate him.
launcher.
I rate him.
Don't say
I-
why. You know who has the most dispossessions in the league in terms of like giving the ball up?
Yeah, but Staffy, KDB had that couple of seasons ago, and Alexis Sanchez had that for Arsenal in his best ever
wait,
season.
no. Do you know the difference between the first place and second place?
No, what is it?
It's like over 100 dispossessions.
Ugh.
So it's not even close.
Look, I can easily rebuttal that because the thing is, your team doesn't create anything, and I think he forces chances. I
Grenade
agree.
launches. He does.
Yeah,
force.
but I genuinely feel that's more out of desperation. But I think Bruno, in a good system with good players around him, I think he would do a lot better, and we've seen that already with United. I genuinely feel.
Take him in
We've seen on Portugal.
No. I mean, honestly, I would. The thing is, if we didn't have Odegaard, I would have loved him.
I don't back this. By the way. I don't back this. I don't back this, bro. Ash
Wait,
is
you're saying he's crap, Sad.
No, but I'm not taking him at Arsenal, bro. He's not league challenging, bro. He's not title challenging and title winning like type of midfielder, especially now. Maybe a couple of years ago, yeah.
Even mean.
But now he just looks like he hasn't got that same fight. He's lost that ability to fight for the badge. He's lost the ability on the pitch to create something out of nothing.
He'll dive.
Or to just
He'll talk to the ref.
Yeah, that's exactly.
No, it's called bitching to the ref.
Well, like, if I wanted somebody to sit there,
he's
and
a whiner.
Ref,
I agree, but
if I wanted to sit there and watch somebody bitch to the ref, I'd sit there and I'd leave the Zinchenko on the fucking pitch, and I'd tell him, right, go ahead, do what you want to do, go ahead,
guys. I don't understand why I'm seeing all these comments, people going crazy. KDB, who's the best midfielder in the league, ranked him as one of the best playmakers. So unless
don't lie. Don't do that. See, now
yes,
when you're pissing me off.
I know he put him ahead of Madison and Odegaard.
Why?
I get
Why did he put him first?
But
say what he said that day. What did KDB
what did he say?
You want me to tell you what KDB said? He said he likes it because he likes players that take risks. He didn't say he's the best creator. He said he's a risky footballer. And that's the type of the thing that KDB does. If we're gonna go by what,
don't you think stats back up that he's the best creator?
Okay, so are we talking about him as a footballer or as him just creating chances? Because I could just spam the ball as much as KDB does and just say that, oh yeah, I'm creating chances. The thing that KDB has over this guy, KDB, first of all, is an elite dribbler compared to him. He's an elite ball carrier compared to him, and he's an elite ball striker. Okay, he has so much that this guy can't do. That's why when KDB does the shit that he does, more times than not, it's going to be executed for him and it's going to look better. KDB's awareness of who's around him in the team as well and his decision making at the time is much superior to Bruno, because Bruno will ignore the simple pass because he wants to play a grenade.
Staffy, I think you misunderstood. I don't think he's better than KDB. He's no way close. But by the way,
he's better than KDB.
He's a good shooter of the ball, Bruno.
Not as good as KDB is.
Of course not. Yeah, no one is. And from these guys that we have mentioned. But I'm just saying, because this guy came in his first season, he did really well. But it's not just with the GA, he was actually making a big impact. Obviously, United were also playing a lot better back then. I just don't think he's crap. I think this is a classic example. Maybe he's obviously not a technical player like your Pogbas and stuff. But we have seen players of very, very good caliber regress at United, and I've mentioned many examples. I don't think it's because these players are crap. I literally think you take Bruno and put him in a very good team, and he goes back to being a very good player. I just don't think
that's right. Portugal's never won anything with him, and they've had one of the most stacked teams in years. So what does that mean?
No, they're not, because Portugal are not better than your France's and your other teams. Come on, Staffy. What are we doing here? They're not better than the other teams.
Wait, so you're telling me for him to be a good player, he has to be on the
best
team?
By your logic, Belgium haven't won anything, and they've had KDB and Hazard.
Yeah,
and they were one of the favorites.
And I always criticize him for that. You think I don't give smoke to KDB as well? I always give.
But that doesn't diminish KDB's quality as a player, though. You can't say he's crap because he hasn't won anything with Belgium, and he's got knocked out by teams like Wales.
To Bruno, that's why I won't say he's crap. He's not one of the best midfielders in Premier League history. That's when I start giving him smoke, because there's so many players that have been better than him. The Gerrards and the Scholes and the Vieiras and them. That's when I start saying that. But half these players that play in the 10 and all they do is just like spam balls forward and lose the ball, and everyone just sits there and says, oh, well, they create chances. It doesn't mean anything, because the ones that are doing all the work around them are the Rodris and the what's his name? The Bernardo Silvas. Why can't I have someone like Odegaard, who actually makes better decisions, who's actually an elite dribbler, who's actually a good ball carrier, who actually is an elite ball striker? Do you not see how Odegaard scores these goals for? People make fun of Odegaard for scoring only 6 goals this season. Y'all go watch them again, bro. Go watch them again. I'll sit there and watch a comp of all his goals with a shisha in my hand, and I'll enjoy my night watching Odegaard play football. What does Bruno give me? The minute we start playing him deep in the midfield this season, what happened? The guy can't carry the ball. And people wonder, oh, why are we playing him deep? Yeah, because everyone who
So
said
are you
season,
saying he's never played well for you guys ever since he's joined?
I didn't say he's never played well. I just know there's a ceiling with Bruno, and this is why we never advanced too far. There's a ceiling to when you have a footballer like Bruno, because Bruno could sit there.
I think he's the last of your problems. I really do.
He's the biggest of our problems because everything goes through him. The minute I get rid of him and change the way I want to play football, everything changes. Everything goes through him. There's a reason why he's been the common midfielder in the last few years and everyone's been changed and we're still shit. He played with McFred. He played with Matic and Pogba. He played, who else had we had in the last few years? Casemiro and Eriksen. We had so many midfield combos and he's been the common one. I told everyone we started getting battered in the last 3-4 years. The minute this guy became our main guy in the midfield, we used to lose. We never used to get battered. Go watch the amount of score lines that we lost 3 and 4 and 5 when Bruno started joining that midfield. Because when we need him, here's the thing, bro. It's all fun and games to spam with the ball when you're playing a lower team. But when you start spamming the ball against an Arsenal and against a City and against a Liverpool, when you have more of the ball against them because they have much better midfielders and defenders to recover the ball quick, and they're much better at one-on-one defending and covering all that space. The minute you start playing them and the chances are limited, that's when you give up the ball and you're not getting it back for the next 2 minutes. Go watch us versus City. Every time we lose the ball, how long does it take us to get the ball back? You start counting until 5 minutes until you get the ball back.
Yeah, but I think that's more of a managerial issue. I think that's more of a managerial issue.
No, it is not. It is the
last season when we lost to you guys at Old Trafford. I think he was one of the best players on the pitch.
Okay, so what happened that day? What happened that day?
We lost 3-1.
No, I know that. Why was he good in your eyes that day? What did he do?
Because he was creating chances.
Rashford.
Yeah, but that's something that.
So what happens when that ball doesn't work? So what happens when that ball doesn't work? What does he give you on the pitch?
When he joined you guys in his first season, I'll answer. When he joined you guys in his first season, and he had Greenwood, Martial, and Rashford playing as his front three. He was creating chances and he was scoring bangers as well.
Yeah, so that's a respect for how good that front line was. That front line was lethal. Having Martial the glue in the middle, Rashford on the left doing his thing, and Greenwood being a gunman on the right. Yes, of course he fit that. Who carried the ball for him that season while you're at it?
So you're saying it was the attack that was good and not him?
Who carried the ball for him in that midfield that season? Because if you're going to start naming... Who else? Who else was in that midfield? Matic. That is the best midfield we had. Because you actually had everyone in that midfield that allowed him to play the way that he does. The minute he doesn't have these people, he starts stinking out the place.
But then that goes against your argument because basically you're telling me if you get the right players for him...
you're praising him for that season like he was the main reason for that.
I think he
was giving him the ball in the final third, and then he was doing everything that he wants. But when he doesn't have someone to give him that, what does he give me? Just sits deep, plays the ball forward.
You know why this sounds like a contradiction? Because you're basically saying, let me tell you why. Because you're basically saying he has done well, he has done this, but this is why he's done well. I'm not disputing that. I'm saying
but you only praised him. You didn't praise everyone around him. You didn't praise how good everyone was around him.
Staffy, because the topic is on Bruno. So I'm trying to say that there is clearly a system where Bruno can thrive and do well. This isn't me doing an Enzo Fernandez kind of proper, like get this guy and get this guy and this guy for Enzo to perform when we haven't seen any evidence of it. I'm saying with Bruno, you're basically, Saad always does this. I'm basically saying with Bruno, we have seen a system where you just admitted and said he's played really well, but you're also saying the reason he's played really well is because he's had X, Y, and Z around him. So then isn't that on your manager or board or whoever it is making the decisions to get those kind of players? Why did you guys replace Matic? Yeah, but I never disagreed with that.
You saying no, I don't have an issue with you saying that. But to sit here and act like things won't go well is only because of him. But then when he doesn't have all these pieces around him, we're blaming everyone but him. He's been here for how long? And he's not improved anything in his game. And as I said, there's a limit, there's a ceiling to how good you could be when you have a Bruno in your midfield. Because how come Odegaard plays a different game than him and he's a 10? Can you explain that one to me?
But that's because
about that one.
I'll explain it because for me, obviously, Odegaard's game is different. Odegaard is obviously better on the ball than Bruno in terms of keeping the ball and stuff. I agree. I'm not surprised Bruno's game is regressing when the whole club is a mess and it's caused other players to regress as well.
So it's never Bruno. It's always everyone else. It's not
no. Of course, Bruno.
It's not that his game is limited.
No. I'll tell you. Of course, Bruno deserves criticism 100%. The reason I'm saying it's not the biggest issue, right? Because even if you take out Bruno and you put Odegaard, will Odegaard do better? Yeah, probably. But you will still be around in the same position. No, but I'm saying you will not improve as a club. The same problems will still exist.
I said there's a ceiling to how much you can play football under Bruno anyways. And you just said the same thing about Odegaard right now. You said, so if Odegaard comes in,
but what is the ceiling? What is the ceiling with
what
Bruno?
We've seen the last few years. You're never going to be a real contender. He's always going to disappear in big games. He's always going to have stinkers when he goes against the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal and them. There's a reason why he's not a big game player.
I'll tell you why that's not true. Because under Bruno, I'm not going to talk about the fact that you finished second because we know how you finished second. You were like 20 points behind. So let's leave that. But wasn't it under Bruno where you guys finished with like 82 points or 80 something points? I can't remember. So you can't say
it was under Mourinho. He was not there. Again, another lie.
No, when did you guys finish second then with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after? Before Cristiano Ronaldo came.
There was one with Ole and one with the highest one that we had with 86.
So with Ole, Bruno was there. When you guys finished,
you're talking about the COVID season when we had the undefeated season away from home.
Yeah.
Okay, but we just spoke about this team. I said that was Matic, Pogba, Bruno, and we had the front line of bro. That season we scored 120 something goals.
But you just said the ceiling with Bruno is we're never going to compete for the title. So I'm saying if you with Bruno finish, I don't know if Mishari is saying 74 points. I don't know. Were you second with 74 points that season? I don't think so.
I don't remember how many points, but we finished second in that COVID season.
Fair, but that's again that team, a United team, wasn't that great. Yeah, you had a very good attack. So imagine if you build the team the way you wanted to, and you have Bruno. There's no way you can tell me you cannot compete with that team. You just said we had Matic and we had Pogba. So imagine if you get a way better DM than what Matic was. And Matic was towards the end of his legs. He wasn't even the Chelsea Matic. So imagine if you get a proper DM and a proper centre mid and all these issues were not there. You had a proper manager, whoever you wanted.
What does a DM have to do with that season that we didn't compete for the league? I don't understand. We're just going all over the place right now.
Because you brought up Matic and you said...
You want me to go and get those stats? Because that was one of Rashford's highest GA seasons.
Staffy,
that was Martial's one of his highest GA seasons.
But didn't you just say 10 minutes ago that who was feeding the ball to Bruno? It was Matic. So I'm giving you the same example.
I said they were carrying the ball to... Okay, but you're just giving so much credit to Bruno that season and discrediting everyone else. And then you're getting upset when I'm crediting everyone else.
Tell me one example of where I've discredited anyone that season.
Because you keep talking about him. You're not talking about how good our front line was. You want me to put comps again, bro? Because I might shed a tear if I watched that football game. Because that's the last time we actually had a real front line.
The reason I'm talking about Bruno is because the topic is on Bruno. Of course, Bruno did well also.
Yeah, because you're lying, bro. You're saying he's a great player. He's not a great player. He's not a great player.
I said he's a good player. He's a very good player.
Okay, bro. Take him in your team then. Take him in your team and let me know how far you go with
I just don't understand. Okay, so you're basically doing the opposite, right? Because I'm saying Bruno was very good that season. And yes, I'll even say it, a part of the reason why he was so good is because the other players around him were also really good. But what you're saying, though, however, is those players around him were good. But no, I'm not going to give credit to Bruno. You're going to
I didn't discredit him. No. I didn't say that. I didn't even call him crap. But you're trying to sit here and sell and lie to these people and say that Bruno's the last of our issues. No. But you started by saying I never said he was crap. Okay, I don't rate him, but I have my reasons to not rate him because I would rather have a 10 that actually, outside of just spamming the ball, can carry the ball, can dribble, and can add some other elements. This guy cannot do that, and I've seen it for years. Okay,
do you rate Odegaard?
Of course, I rate Odegaard. Odegaard is superior to him.
Let's say we swap Bruno and Odegaard for this whole season. Where do you think you guys would have finished?
Where would you finish? That's the question I want to ask you. You compete with Bruno with that midfield.
I'll tell you. If we had Bruno ahead of Odegaard, wait. Let me land, Asad. You don't even know what I'm going to say. I don't think we will not. I don't think we're going to win the league regardless. So let's leave that out of question. I think we would have finished further behind City, but we wouldn't finish like 5th, 6th, 7th. I think we would have finished second or third. No, not second.
So by what you said, you would regress.
Yes, because I think Odegaard is better.
So but imagine you think that you would put Bruno in a title contending team and you would regress and not compete. And then you're trying to tell me that we can compete with him. Or he's the least of our issues. Okay.
Because I rate Odegaard higher than Bruno, not because I think Bruno is crap. However, I'm telling you, if you had Odegaard ahead of Bruno, you're 6th or 7th. Where are you right now? 8th? you don't finish above 6. So I'm saying that's the reason why I said he's one of your last issues. Because even if you take him out and you put Odegaard in your team, he will not fix. You will still have had a crappy season compared to last year. The reason why I'm saying
I never dismissed that.
Yeah.
But the fact that
you said he's your biggest problem. You said he's your biggest problem.
He's our biggest problem because the system goes through him. That is the issue. If he's a secondary player on our team or a third player on our team where everything doesn't go through him, by the way, Odegaard is actually not on your team. Not everything goes through Odegaard, and that's how good your team is. We have a system that's been built for years that everything goes through Bruno, and that's why when it's good, and when it's bad, it stinks. It reeks because his limitations is actually insane. The way anyone can actually sit here, and that's coming from an Arsenal fan, that you're sitting here and actually watching that football that you play, and then you sit there and rate Bruno. To me, that just it makes me change my whole perspective of you. But the fact that you, with your own mouth, just said, if you swap Odegaard with him, we would not compete for the league, tells me everything I need to know. Because you will not gaslight me to think that he's the least of our issue. You just said that. The fact that you're a title contender and you think Bruno would take you away from being title contenders debunks what you said, is that if you put him in the right team, in the right system, we would have something with him. Because you don't rate him to be. This Arsenal is so good that you think he would come in and do that. So the fact that you said that makes me win that argument because you don't.
No, it's not, because it's like me saying if I take out Haaland and I put in Isak, for example, City would not win the league last season. Doesn't mean Isak is a crap striker. It just means Haaland is that much better, right? It's the exact same example I used with Bruno and Odegaard. The reason I'm saying we would not have a close
argument. That's even a close argument.
It is a close argument because
how many goals does Isak have for a lesser team? What are you talking about, bro? That makes no
so you're
sense.
No. So you're saying if he was with City last season, he would have scored 36 goals. He wouldn't, right?
Scored 36 goals, but they would still win.
No, they wouldn't because
what are you talking about, bro?
Close.
You're waffling again. You're waffling
Staffy,
again.
last season were we not 5 points clear by like Feb or March? So I'm saying if they didn't have someone like Haaland who got them 36 goals, there's a very good chance that we could have won the league, right? Obviously, there are other factors you could say like Saliba injury and all that stuff, but the fact that they had someone like Haaland banging in 36 goals obviously helped. So if I'm saying that if they replaced Haaland with Isak last season, there's a chance we could have won the league.
No, you're waffling, and I'll tell you why you're waffling. Because the season before, they won the league without a striker. They added a striker and they won the league. What does that say?
I agree.
You don't need a 30. Listen. Hold on. You don't need a 36 goal striker to win the league because no one ever scores 36 goals.
Staffy.
If Isak plays, hold on, man. If Isak plays in that City team,
I'll debunk that for you when you're done.
If Isak plays in that City team, he doesn't score 36. He probably scores something between 25 to 30 because of how good of that system was. And I'll tell you the proof. Because go look at their runs in the Cups last season in the Champions League when they won the treble and tell me how many game-winning goals came from Haaland. Because I'll tell you, you won't find any. That shows
I'm not talking about the Cups. I agree. No, I agree
about
with
the whole
you.
season.
But I'm talking about the league.
Go tell me how many of his goals came in games where it was a crucial win, where like, yo, if Haaland wasn't here today, we wouldn't score that goal and win. You won't find a lot of them. That's how good that team is.
What about Arsenal at the Emirates? Arsenal at the Emirates, 3-1. We lost because he was one of their main players.
So he
scored the third goal and he set up the second goal as well. And wait, Arsenal at the Etihad, he scored 2 goals and I think he gave an assist as well. Or he scored a goal and he gave like 2 assists.
To you, City wouldn't win the league if Haaland wasn't there.
I think the probability is no. Listen to what example I gave. Obviously, if they don't have Haaland and they play the same system from 2 seasons ago without a striker, that City was also phenomenal. I'm not denying it. I'm saying if you take Haaland and they play the exact same system with another striker like Isak, who's also a very good striker, I don't think they win the league then. I think that time, and let's say because they set up the system for Isak the way they set it up for Haaland, I don't think they would catch up with that 5 points gap. That's the exact same example I'm giving with Odegaard and Bruno.
It's too much hindsight when it comes to that anyway. There's no logical reason why you could say that. Because I couldn't tell you how they build their system around Isak anyways. But anyways, the comparison between Isak and Haaland is
but then why aren't you using the same Bruno? Why aren't you using the same example with Odegaard and Bruno? You don't know how Arsenal would have set up with Bruno.
I didn't use the example. You brought up the example. I just went by your logic. I didn't use that logic.
Yeah. So I'm saying by that same logic, we also don't know how Arsenal would set up with Bruno. So we can also make the same thing. I still think that...
I don't know. That's why I asked you, and you said you wouldn't compete for the league. I asked you. I didn't force you to say that.
I agree. But there's a difference between me saying we would have regressed a little and not challenged versus you saying that, oh, it would have been that much of a disaster. That's why when I asked you that
I
question,
didn't
you
say it would have been a
deflected.
disaster.
Staffy, I asked you the question, and by the way, you've still not answered the question. You
What is the
instead
question?
deflected
What did it deflect
but
off? I didn't deflect
I
off
told
anything.
you when if you had Odegaard in place of Bruno, where would you finish? And you didn't answer. And you
I already
instead
said we would
where
improve.
would you,
I already said that we would improve.
where would you have finished?
I don't know, bro. I don't know where we'll finish. What, 7th? 6th? I don't expect this. I'm not deluded to think that if Bruno leaves, we're all of a sudden going to be a contender. My issue with you is that you think he's not an issue for us. And that is the biggest problem here.
No, that's not what I said. I said he's not the biggest issue. That's where we disagree. I think he is an issue 100%, like Rashford, like these other guys. I just don't think he's the biggest issue. And the biggest proof to that is, and you know this, whether you want to admit it or not, like if you're finishing 8th this season, Odegaard, for example, who you rate, would have only finished you max two positions ahead. Whereas if you had a different manager, let's say you had someone who was a much better manager than Erik ten Hag, who you don't rate, I think with the same players, he would have done a lot better. And he would have been a lot closer to Tottenham or Villa, whoever the hell is in 4th. That's why I'm saying it's not your biggest issue. And you've been talking about Ten Hag the whole time. So you know
so once again, you prove my point that there's a ceiling to this. I told you already there's a ceiling. There's a ceiling to how good you could be.
With this squad. Yeah. Of course, with this squad, there's a ceiling, 100%.
Okay.
But
you know what, guys?
Gets somewhere higher.
Ashraf wants to lie to me about what I've watched for about 5 years, bro. But okay, Ashraf.
All right, listen. I think this was a great debate. It was a great standoff. I genuinely think people need to see this on a separate show. So maybe we need to organize something for you guys to just be on a show, bro. Because that was crazy, bro. The standoff shit was crazy, bro. It was wild west. You know the ones where they walk back with their backs to each other and then they turn around and whoosh, it was like that. One of them ones, bro. Who shoots first? It was crazy. But yeah. Listen. Man United lot have given their lineups. Did you give your score prediction, Sunshine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3-1.
3-1.
3-1, yeah. Okay. So they're giving their score predictions and their lineups. Ash, I think me and you are both the same on the lineups.
Yeah.
So I'll just say it. So both of our lineups are gonna be Raya in goal, Benny Blanco, Gabriel Saliba, and Tomiyasu at left back row. I'm forgetting my players. In the midfield, we're gonna go with Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard. Obviously, the best midfield trio in the league, in my opinion. And in the front line, we're gonna go with bro. Please, well, there's no need to pull faces.
I didn't say shit.
Yeah, but you pull faces, bro. You think I don't see these faces that you pull, bro? This man was like,
yes, our midfield is better than City's. Let's continue.
That's fine, bro. Let me be shameless.
Okay.
But
I didn't say anything.
I know I made a face.
He doesn't say this. No, but I expect you to make a face because you're a rival. But this guy, for his own, bro, he's making a face. And front three, it's got to be Trossard, Saka, and Havertz. I think that's the best front three that we have at the moment. Most balanced in itself. I'm gonna go for a score prediction. I'm gonna go for 3-1. I do think we will concede, but I think we'll score 3 goals. Ash, what are you doing for a prediction, mate?
I think it's the same that I said yesterday. I'm going to say 4-0. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. I think we could have done more. If again, I think we'll take our foot off the gas. It'll be 3-0, and we'll probably get a goal like a bit early and make it 4. If City drop points today, then I think it would have probably been like a 1-0 or 2-0 or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to go with 4-0.
Okay, fair enough.
Thing we can agree on.
honestly, Staffy, we agreed on a lot of things. It's just Bruno where we disagree. Yeah. But yeah, fair.
It was civil until then.
Blood boiling.
Listen, I loved the whole freaking the argument.
Egyptian and Sudanese are still brothers. They
are. I fucking knew you were Sudanese, by the way. I didn't even know. Like I never asked you. You just fucking look Sudanese.
Half.
He's
half
Moroccan,
half Sudanese.
Musarabi, bro. Come on, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the first half more.
There you are.
Sorry, sad, bro.
The Moroccan half can hold that.
Here you go. There you are. Look at this guy. He's a whole pyramid. Let me not get into that, okay? You fraud.
Racism.
Do you know Sudan has more pyramids, by the way, than Egypt?
Yeah,
Sudan has
wallahi,
the
not
record
everything
top
is a
10.
competition, bro.
Inshallah.
Not
Here we
everything
go.
is a competition, bro.
Here we go.
I call this guy a pyramid, and then he's like, "Oh, you actually know that Sudan actually has the most
Was this
pyramids
an
in the
interesting
world."
fact I read
I
recently?
should
Wallah, I
like
didn't even
give
know
me a
that.
pyramid. Nah, but listen, big up to
Go ahead,
everybody who has tuned in. Listen, big up to everybody who's this
Wait,
has
what's
been a
your
mad
prediction?
stream. I said 3-1.
He said
Oh,
I
3-1.
said
He
we
said
will
the same
concede.
as you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calma. Sunshine was
I
gonna
didn't
say-
hear. I
Wait,
didn't hear.
wait, Sunshine, did you say 3-1 to Arsenal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice one. Yeah.
Well, you thought I was
Sunshine,
going to pick United? Put some respect on my name, please.
Sunshine,
Yeah,
just so
sorry,
you
I
know,
can't lie, that
just so
was
you know,
disrespectful. I can't lie.
he thinks Rashford is gonna score, even though he's.
Yes,
I don't know
I
how
do think
Rashford's
Rashford
In the
is gonna
stream,
score.
Dave. In the stream.
No, he gets. No, let's not start. Let's not start, bro. Because
He's not gonna.
about
He's
it,
not
bro.
gonna play it though.
you're gonna bring.
He's
You're
not gonna
gonna
start.
bring.
No, it's not about shout.
Bro,
Rashford does have a lot of.
he's acting. The thing is, Staffy, he's acting like Rashford in the last 2 to 3
But
games
he
that we
hasn't
played
played.
against them. He hasn't. No, but that doesn't
He's
matter
injured,
because
bro.
from what I'm reading from all these journalists that are top tier 1 journalists within the Man United space. These men are all saying, "Oh, Rashford's licking his lips. He's personally asking Ten Hag if he can play in this game." Like, bro, he's gonna play. When I'm hearing stuff like that, he's gonna play. And when he does play, Rashford is always guaranteed a goal against Arsenal.
You're
It
really
always
that
happens.
concerned about Rashford?
No, 1 goal. I think we'll concede the 1 goal from him. But I think he's always guaranteed 1 goal against us because Rashford always scores 1 goal against us. It always comes from that left side. He either does it where he just goes to the right and then he goes bang with his right foot and then it always goes in. We saw against City. Who thought he'd score that goal? Randomly does a scream
That
out
was
of
a
nowhere, bro.
banger.
Rashford's
That was
yeah.
a banger.
So why are you acting like I'm out of pocket for just saying that Rashford could score against us, bro? You're acting like I'm saying that Anthony's gonna take.
I don't
want to
get.
and he's gonna
I don't
put
want to
it
get
top
into it
bins,
again
bro.
because we did yesterday.
It's
We
fine.
did
We
yesterday. I'm
won't-
not
we
gonna
won't
get into it again.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
won't get into it. But listen, big ups to everybody that has tuned in. We were at like freaking 115 viewers at one point. So big up to you guys.
Awesome.
Make sure you're smashing a like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're going in the description also and subscribing to all these brilliant content creators as well. Watch go to their accounts, go and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified as well when they go live as well. We are going to send you over to Ziad, who I believe just went live. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to I want you guys to, actually no. The thing is, the Kiwi emoji. I think that's gone now. What I want them to do is the potch out. I love that now, man. That's like the best. That's like the best freaking thing. So I just want you guys to type this. Yeah, it's not even potch out like the normal way you'd spell it. You have to spell it in a specific way, bro. It's potch, but then you have to put a W there. Yeah, so it's potch
No, why would
out.
you say potch out? No, don't say potch out. We need potch in.
Yeah, he wants potch out.
No,
And he's been
because
doing a good job.
he keeps on saying potch. He keeps on saying potch out.
Sad.
So
If
even
you
if
want
he
him
does a
to
good
know-
job, he's gonna do it.
Sad. If you want him to know that they've come from you, put 5-0 or something like that just to remind him. Because we're like, why do people suddenly bring it up out of nowhere?
There you are. Actually, you know what? That's actually a good idea. 5-0.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
I'm here for that.
5-0 to the
I'm always
Arsenal.
here for that. Let's be petty.
There we go. 5-0 to the Arsenal, guys. Make sure to spam that in his comments as soon as we get it, as soon as you get in there. Blessings to everybody that has tuned in. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, people. Love.